I want you to be my champion.
It looks to me like all of this is starting to get to you a little bit. I know what that title can do to a man. But Cody, none of us are Superman.
Cody, you are a great champion. I want you to be something that's more than our champion.
My championship, their championship, this is what all of this is about. You want?
No. My brother, I want your soul. I want you.
Yeah, folks. Welcome everybody to another edition of the PrimeTime podcast. This is PrimeTime James Thomas alongside are you here, Mark?
I guess so. Am I here?
Okay, for some reason, your Abby's not showing up. Hang on. Let me do something here. Let me see. There you are. Okay, yeah. What's up, everybody? Another episode of the PrimeTime podcast on this lovely February 26, 2025. So far, I gotta tell you, Mark, I'm in a great mood. I'm in a fantastic mood. The biggest reason why I'm in a fantastic mood: the snow's melting. The weather's getting nice. It is officially. What's the weather here? It is officially 52 degrees right now. So that means spring is coming. I'm sure that feels good for you because Mark, you had a very interesting winter this year.
The less said about that, the better, to be honest.
I bet. I'll tell you this. Yeah. Mark finally realized what it was like to be a Midwesterner this year.
Not fun.
It's not fun. Oh, and speaking of not fun, I'm completely random. I know this is completely random. But did you see Wayne at the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary show?
No, I to be honest, I haven't watched anything SNL.
Well, I just happened to catch 50th anniversary show. Wayne was the performer. I'm guessing that was the answer to the Super Bowl. The biggest reason why I watched because Eddie was going to be on it. And listen, I gotta tell you,
Eddie who?
Murphy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just remember as Eddie, but yeah, you wonder how I know I'm starting to get old?
You couldn't understand what he was saying?
No, not just that. I know you and Quez have this conversation all the time, but a lot of his lyrics has not aged well.
I mean, I think the older you get, the more and more you just kind of don't like rap music, to be honest.
I mean,
At
no,
least for me.
it's not that, Mark. Because listen, listen, when I'm watching Wayne, I'm seeing him go, "I'm a venereal disease." It's like, oh shit, like
Yeah,
he's
it
up
don't
there like,
sound good, do it?
I'm a venereal disease. It's like at the time that was a hot ass line. But now when you're 42 years old on the stage screaming, "I'm a venereal disease," doesn't look right, bro.
I mean, it don't help that he's not a great performer either. Like, if Kendrick said it, I think it would sound better than Wayne saying it because he just has terrible delivery in his like live performances.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, but shout out to Wayne, legend. Yeah, apparently he's I think he's on tour with the Hot Boys. You can find it on YouTube. Very interesting.
I mean, I saw
But
Birdman fall asleep live on stage. I did see that. Pretty interesting.
that man did fall asleep, man. But yeah, so um but yeah, man, this has been a very, very interesting, very, very interesting week of wrestling. Before we get started, please be sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Also, don't forget to then hit that notification bell as well. What's up, Zach? What's up, Carlos? What's up, B Rob? Hopefully, y'all having a great, great night. A lovely
Well, hold
Wednesday
on. Well,
night.
hold on. Before we just skirt past that, let's send our well wishes to Carlos here because he's on a flight right now to Seattle. So we want to make sure that he gets there in one piece, people.
Oh yeah, yeah. Carlos, you picked a hell of a time to fly, but hopefully everything goes. Hopefully everything goes good. You get to Seattle safe and sound because right now flying right now it's very scary right now. But salute to Carlos and salute to everybody here in the chat. So let's go ahead and get into this, man. For those who don't know, I mean, how could you not know at this point? Let me go ahead and start this from the beginning. Okay, so Thursday evening, random out the blue, The Rock announces that he's going to be on SmackDown on Friday. Just randomly out the blue, right? I'm like, why would you announce that? Why not just show up? But you gotta get them ratings. I guess gotta get people watching. And everybody tuned into SmackDown simply for what was The Rock gonna be there for. And first of all, the show SmackDown was not good. The sooner SmackDown gets back to 2 hours, the better. So The
Oh,
Rock
is it
shows.
really 3 hours?
Yeah, it's gonna be 3 hours for the time being. They
Oof.
say it should go back to two. It should go back to two around the spring, spring summertime. Yeah, it's been 3 hour SmackDowns. I'm telling you, Mark, it's been bad. It's been bad.
Yikes.
Yeah, yeah. So, so The Rock shows up. Okay, speaking of Wayne, he comes out to it. The block is hot by Wayne, which I thought was very. It was a sight to see. I'll say that. And The Rock comes out and he announces that WrestleMania next year is going to be in New Orleans. Shout out to Simeon in the Superdome. Now I'm thinking, all right, this can't be the only reason why Rock is out here, right? No, it wasn't. You think it'd be for Roman Reigns? No, it wasn't. It was for Cody Rhodes. And Rock cuts this promo, which has, I guess you say it's a good thing, has people talking. And he pretty much goes on and on about how him and Cody have become really good friends, completely breaking the fourth wall, has become really good friends since WrestleMania. Mama Rhodes and Mama Rock have become really good friends. And he starts kissing Cody's ass, saying, "You've been a great champion. You are the man. You are the guy whatsoever." And then we get this, like, very devil on the shoulder type promo when Rock is offering Cody, like, I want you to be my champion. I want you to be my champion. He said, I could open doors for you could ever imagine. I could, make sure your wife is good for the rest of her life. Your kids is good for the rest of Liberty is going to be good for the rest of her life. Your Liberty's kids will be good for the rest of their life. Like, Cody, I can promise you the world if you just become my champion. And Cody, of course, is weirded out by this. And he says, "And you don't have to answer me now. I'm going to give you till Elimination Chamber, which is this Saturday." And he pretty much tells Cody that just know that I want that. And Cody's thinking he's talking about the championship, which we all we all assume, because the last time The Rock and Cody Rhodes was in a ring together in another weird segment was when Rock was asking Cody, "Can I see your championship?" And and telling him, their story with Roman has ended, ours just beginning, and he hands Cody the Rolex, saying, "Don't break my heart again." We're really weird segments between him and Cody. And he tells Cody that, "I want your soul." Which I'm like, wow, that's very dramatic there. So this promo has gotten people talking, which is actually kind of great timing because everybody was talking about how there's no story, there's no build-up, there's nothing going on for WrestleMania right now. The Rock, which once again inserted himself in, and he's gotten people talking. Now, initially, I will say this. The Rock's promo was okay. I think I know what the problem with The Rock is. I think I figured it out. What made The Rock so good on the mic back in the day compared to now is that Rock had structure, right? Rock was one of the original heavily scripted promos. Like, he was one of the original write down everything I'm going to say type wrestlers, right? He had structure. He had a certain time limit. He had to hit certain talking points, and then that's it, right? That's what made The Rock so good, because he had restraints. I've noticed when The Rock has no restraint, he goes out there, this man rambles. He goes on and on. Like, he'll get off topic so fast. 1 minute he's talking about, WrestleMania is going to be in New Orleans. And then all of a sudden he'll start singing a song. And then he'll start talking about, then he'll just randomly start, dissing the crowd. And then he'll start repeating himself over and over again. It's like, it takes The Rock a while to get to the point. When back in the day, that was not his problem. Yeah, Rock's promo skills, I mean, they're still, don't get me wrong, they're still better than most of the roster. But damn, it's like Rock, you kind of like, Rock, get to the point. Mark, initially, how did you feel about The Rock and his promo? Like, do you kind of feel the same way, Mike, that the man just kind of rambles to you?
I mean, well, I think a big part of that is probably because the show is 3 hours. I didn't know it was 3 hours, but now that you're telling me that, I think that's one of the reasons why he rambles a lot is because he's trying to kill time, I would assume. Uh, but yeah, he does seem to like kind of go on a tangent for a very long time, which is kind of just like get to the point. But I get it. Once again, 3 hour show. He's just talking just to fill time. Uh, Personally, though, I feel like I'm in the minority with this segment. I don't hate it, and I think the problem is the execution. Well, the delivery was bad, but I think the execution overall is going to be like really, really good of like long term of what they're trying to do. Um, and then also, I think a part of it is like it's a new character. This ain't the same Rock people were used to, right? Like this is a different Rock. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable and kind of just like, okay, what is he talking about? He's very corporate now. He's very, very corporate. That's the whole point. So I think a lot of times when it comes to this, people kind of look at this segment like it was kind of weird, it was kind of off-putting. Like I said, maybe like his delivery could have been better, but I think the point was made if you really just paid attention to it and not just like, oh, it was very gay. I mean, it was very sus for sure, but I I mean, dude, they had a whole segment of like, show me your belt. Well, I won't give you my belt unless you show me yours. And they're swapping belts like anyways.
It's been weird. It's been weird
It's it,
segments between the two.
it's been very weird. But yeah, I don't dislike this segment to be honest. I know, like I said, everyone's been trashing on it, but I think this is the segment where everything starts to come together for WrestleMania in a sense, because one of the biggest points we've been talking about, and I know just people who discuss wrestling in general, is there's no story. And you just mentioned that earlier. There's no stories going into WrestleMania. And I think people forget that you still got to build towards the Chamber pay-per-view. It's not just Rumble and then WrestleMania. You got to make the Chamber feel important. Things don't really start getting hot until 4 or 5 weeks left until WrestleMania. You can't build a 10-week story, bro. Like there's only so much you can do. You can't have 10 weeks of just straight build towards Mania. That would just be ridiculous. A lot of it is kind of like we're slow burning stuff till Mania that blends into the Elimination Chamber, and then you'll really get like going once we get past that. But yeah, just I think the segment was fine though. I don't want to start rambling on like The Rock did.
You want what's crazy, Mark? I actually didn't mind the segment either. Like I got what they were trying to go. Like it's just the execution was just really weird. Now, but here's another thing though. And now people were confused. Like I don't say what there was there to be confused about. He wants Cody to be his corporate champion. Like it's pretty damn simple. Now technically, really though, if you really break down the words that The Rock was saying, right, it kind of doesn't make sense because isn't Cody already corporate? I mean, the
I mean, he
man.
told Rock on that Raw, like, I'm your champion. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird, right?
It's weird. Like Cody. We all joke. About Cody. Like he's always got the suit on. He's always got got that $1 million smile. He's as corporate can get. He is the face of the company. He is their John Cena now. And also too, like, I could give you everything you've ever wanted. I'm like, well, he's already the champion. He's already the top guy. What more would Cody really want? So, like, I really would like The Rock to really specify, like, what more can he do for Cody? Because Cody's already the guy. But I did not hate this segment like everybody else did. I actually quite enjoyed it despite The Rock's rambling. Now, of course, this leads to Saturday, which will be the Elimination Chamber, where Cody and Rock are supposed to meet. And Cody's supposed to make his decision. Now, it's safe to assume, because Cody is the biggest babyface in that company, it's safe to assume that he's going to say no to The Rock's offer. Okay? And Cody saying no opens the door, for which I agree with you, Mark. I think this could be something really good down the line. Opens the door for a storyline that could really get people buzzing, talking for WrestleMania. Because people are saying, oh, this is going to lead to Rock and Cody. First of all, Rock himself said this ain't going to lead to a match with him and Cody. Then even if it did, that will be twice in a row now where The Rock pretty much cut the legs off of a guaranteed number one contenders match at WrestleMania. That'll be twice in a row because he'll take that elimination, the winner of the Elimination Chamber spot. So if Rock did that, it'll be another disaster. So no, they're not gonna do that again. So it's safe to assume, Mark, that the winner of the Elimination Chamber will pretty much be the one that will sell out to The Rock. Do you agree, or do you think this could go another way?
I disagree. I understand why you say that though, but I disagree. I think there's a possibility that the loser of that chamber is going to be the one who sells out to The Rock eventually.
The
I don't
loser.
think, yeah, now this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you always got to take what we say, chat, with like just a grain of salt because we don't know anything. We're just speculating off of what we see on TV, or if people are reading the dirt sheets, obviously you can speculate there. But I'm just going by what I see on TV. I think we can all be in agreement that it's not Cody. Like I think that's the biggest thing is it's definitely not Cody.
No, it
But
wouldn't make sense.
well, I don't know, like, because I can't say who I think it'll be because we haven't got to the point where we're doing the elimination chamber predictions yet. But I have a few people in mind that I do think will eventually sell out to The Rock and be like the corporate champion. I think you're about to get like a whole new like authority kind of thing going on here, possibly. And I think that here's the cool thing about this though, bro, is like there's so many different routes they could go, and every single one of them makes sense. And I think that's the beauty of it. Like every single person in that chamber could end up being the corporate guy. So to me, it's like you really can't lose. And the fact that they did this now, I think, is a massive win because you get a lot of people talking. You're going to keep a lot of interest going into WrestleMania. Like I said, I think it was a poor delivery, but I think the execution is going to be incredible. Like this is one of those segments where I'm gonna say like sit back and just let them cook for real because they got something here. In my personal opinion, I think they got something. But I do disagree that the winner is going to be the one that sells out.
MG, how'd you feel about the Rock's promo?
It's as weird as it gets. Literally. But I have a hunch in mind of who it might be as well. I told you the other day, James, who I think it might be.
Yeah.
And he's like the one person who I don't see anybody bringing up his name, so I'll save it for the prediction show.
Good. Okay. I get why you say that.
But I'm with Mark though. I don't think it's Cody. I'm pretty sure it's not Cody, and I don't think it's Punk either.
Okay. Here's the craziest thing. It could work with Punk. It could work with him. Like I said, a lot of these options make sense. But
I
I'm just,
don't
The
think there's a
Punk one
single
makes no
option that
sense.
wouldn't.
That's the point. The Punk one makes no sense.
wait, you gonna say something, Mark?
No, I was gonna say like I think the only one that I don't want to see is Logan Paul. I think that's the one I don't want to see.
You wanna know the crazy thing? Logan Paul could work too.
I don't want to see it though, but I understand it. But I personally, I wouldn't want to see it.
Oh, I don't want to see it either. I mean, the only way I could see the Logan Paul thing is just simply because he would easily be the biggest heel in the business. Like, and it fits with Logan Paul. It absolutely fits, but I don't want to see it. I think Logan's in his own lane right now where he needs to stay at. But yeah, the Rock promo, it got people talking. I see the Nebula, so it was talking for the wrong reasons, but it has people talking because before the Rock's promo, there was, but forget WrestleMania, nobody was talking about Elimination Chamber. Like nobody was caring about this Elimination Chamber pay-per-view because the weekly shows has not been good. Has not been good. And I'm guessing Nick Khan, TKO, and The Rock kind of called Triple H and told him step aside for a second. We see what's going on here. Okay, we're gonna inject ourselves here. Rock cut this promo. Weird or not, people are talking and speculating. So I will say The Rock, Cody got that accomplished. You know, people are actually looking forward to the chamber to see what the end result will be. And speaking of, you gonna say something, G?
I said, there's just a lot of stuff about it that don't make sense at all.
Oh, I agree. I agree with you on that front, but we'll get to that in a second. So, like I said, people have been the weekly shows have not been good, and something that I have noticed within the fan base is that good old Triple H, Paul Levesque, the man whose name you always see at the end of the shows, the man you always see at every pay-per-view or every big event. He's the first person you usually see. He's starting to get some backlash. He's starting to get some pushback. Fans are starting to call out the showrunner for how the shows have been. Now, I watch wrestling as a TV show nowadays, as a TV show. All right. And every now and then we have a certain TV show. I'm sure Mark has a favorite TV show. MG has a favorite. I have one. And we all remember how good a certain TV show was. But then when a showrunner leaves and a new showrunner comes in, and you completely see how it's different. It's not the same show. Hell, the quality show has come down since this new showrunner came in. People are going to complain. For the longest time, The Walking Dead was my favorite TV show. It was my favorite TV show. And I'm a day one Walking Dead guy. I was there during its peak. But once Scott Gimple got involved, then he started running the show. That's what a lot of people said that was the show's worst years. And a lot of people complained, and the ratings went down. From what it looks like, Triple H is he is going through that same thing right now. Fans have been very vocal. Fans have been very loud on their frustration of Triple H and his booking of the shows, which is crazy because 2022 wasn't that long ago, y'all. It was not that long ago.
No, but let's be clear. The majority of the frustration is from people mad about the women's division. This whole conversation about Triple H's booking was not coming up before the whole thing about the women's division started coming up.
You think it's because of the women?
Huh?
You think it's because of the women?
Bro, literally, when the whole reports came out about the women aren't happy with their position in the company right now and how they're being booked, that nobody was saying nothing about Triple H booking outside of that. Occasionally, yeah, some outcomes of some matches people weren't happy with, but for the most part, Triple H is getting universal praise. You're not gonna sit here and act like he wasn't.
I wouldn't say. I mean, could you say praise or just people just giving him a pass?
No praise. People were loving it. Come on. And I'm not saying that means that it was good, but people were definitely not taking this tone about Triple H until the whole story about the women not being happy with their booking right now.
And for those who don't know what he's talking about, apparently a report came out stating that the women have grown frustrated because of Triple H's booking, how he's been booking the women's division as of late. Pretty much, if you're not like the top tier, if you're not the Rhea Ripleys or Liv Morgans or the Baileys of the world, you're pretty much in a scramble. Pretty much, like you don't know where you are, and you don't know what position you're in the company till then. Mark, how do you feel about fans and their frustration towards Triple H? Do you think I know you don't watch the shows like that, but from what you've seen, how do you feel about Triple H? How he's been directing these shows?
I mean, here's once again just my opinion. Case in point, you know what? Let me just start this off with an example. Right now, I've been really enjoying this show I just started called Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think it's been out for a while, but I just started it. I love these like water cooler type shows, whatever. The moment it gets bad for me and I don't like it anymore, I'm just not gonna watch it. And I feel like people act like Triple H and them got a gun to their head telling them to watch the show. Like they gonna die if they don't watch the show. If you think the show is that bad, or if the booking is not great or whatever, then why subject yourself to watch something that you're not enjoying? I will continue. We do this every single month, it feels like, bruh. We did it with Vince, we did it with Tony Khan, we're doing it with Triple H, we did it with Shawn Michaels. Every single month. It's well, the booking isn't that great. Oh, well, maybe the show ain't that good. If it's not, bro, just stop watching it, bro. Please, just stop watching it.
Well,
If you're enjoying it, great.
here's
What?
the thing. Here's the thing, Mark. Apparently, compared to their debut night on Netflix, people haven't stopped watching.
I mean, that show wasn't good in my personal opinion, and I was there. It wasn't
Yeah.
even that good, right?
But well,
Um,
Raw has not been the greatest, but SmackDown has been 3 times as bad.
I've heard that, and James told me that the show is 3 hours
So
now, so I would imagine that's
it's
got
only
a part to do
temporarily
with it.
3 hours, but it's definitely got a hand in it being bad. But it's just not good. There's not many stars on SmackDown.
It's a very small roster too, right? Like that's
Yeah. So I I think the now, and I'll say this now because Triple H definitely ain't perfect. I think there's 3 major issues under Triple H's regime. I think the first one is the mid card titles have meant. I mean, outside of when Gunther had the IC belt, the mid card titles don't really mean anything, or they don't get any like prominent booking really ever. I think the second issue, the tag team division, has been lackluster, men and women's.
oof.
And then I think the third is, well, there's actually 4 things. The third, he hasn't created any new stars really outside of Jey Uso. And that's really, I mean, if you really think about it,
Can you call Jey Uso new though?
a new star in terms of
Okay.
Jey Uso's status at this point, that happened under Triple H for the most part.
Okay.
Him main event in WrestleMania would have never happened under Vince McMahon. Let's just get that straight.
No. Vince started the thing, but Triple H took the ball and actually
Yeah,
made the shot. So
yeah. So I mean, if you look at Sammy at one point looked like he was headed there, but it died after that tag team match at Mania. Maybe Tiffany Stratton. We'll see what he does with her. But all of the people who are like the stars were either stars before Triple H took over, or they came from somewhere else, like a Cody. You know what I mean? But Triple H hasn't. With all the young talent that they have, which one of those people have been booked like a star yet, outside of Jacob Fatu? And he's not there yet. So that one's still to be decided.
that's true though. I mean, and bro, that's like my biggest problem with people when they start complaining. It's like, okay, I get it. I get it. The women aren't getting enough time or whatever the case may be. I don't know what the actual complaint really is, if it's their story or whatever. MG just made a great point though. It's not just the women, it's across the board.
Yeah,
If you're not the number one and two guy in the company, you're not getting stories. I couldn't even tell you what the Street Profit. I mean, part of it is the fact I'm not watching the shows, but I don't know what the Street Profits are even doing after they turned heel at
it
Royal
has
Rumble.
potential,
Yes, oh yeah, it
but
does.
it's just potential until something's done with it.
Bro, Triple H is just a little bit more of a competent Tony Khan if you think about it. He can start some stuff, but I don't know if he's good with executing it for real. I really don't.
Well,
Eh,
and this brings me to my fourth option, my fourth problem. Everything with Triple H is a long-term story, long-term payoff. Everything. Long title reigns, long feuds, long stories. Everything is like it's all long form. Everything. There's no, you never really get immediate or like instant gratification with a lot of the like storytelling that Triple H does. It's all long term, but you got to get people. You got to feed the people in between that. We shouldn't have to wait for, like, you just look at Mania. All the quote unquote storylines, they've all been going on for so long at this point, right? Like, just think about Tiffany and Nia and their story going back to what, Summer, when she won Money in the Bank and all of that.
Yeah.
We're getting to a tag team match with her and Trish versus Nia. Like, we're almost a year later, right? Like the Jacob and Solo thing, in Solo thing, year later. We're talking about Jade, Bianca, and Naomi, right? And that whole story, yeah, okay, the whole attack on Jade happened in what, wintertime or whatever, but that's another story that they're plotting out and fleshing out over a long period of time. Cody and The Rock, like the whole Roman and CM Punk thing, right? Drew McIntyre hating everybody, whatever. Seth and Roman. You literally go down the list outside of, I mean, LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura back at it again, and they just wrestled at SummerSlam.
No, they ain't still going at it, bro.
Like, that's when Shinsuke won the belt from him. Like,
No, he won it at Survivor Series, but
Survivor Series. That's what it was. Survivor Series.
but they've been
But, like,
feuding for like what, 6-7 months?
yeah, like, bro, like, it's every story, and this is something Triple H got to understand. Every story don't got to be long term. Sometimes it's okay to have a 1 month program. Sometimes it's okay to have a 2 or 3 month program and move on. You have a lot of talent. Like, we don't need, like, DIY with
Breaking up
and street. Oh, no, I said, like, Motor City Machine Guns and Street Profits and DIY. Like, that's long term. New Day, long term heel turn. How long had Kofi and Xavier been arguing before they actually turned heel? Like, months and months.
Oh, by the way, Mark, to answer your question, they're feuding with the LWO.
Okay, so just nothing. All right.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, Dominic and Finn Balor. They've been going back and forth since Damian Priest left the group, basically, like a year ago.
And don't forget, we literally just got out of Liv and Rhea, like literally.
And we might be going right back into it, maybe.
Huh?
Like, not possible. I mean, she's in the chamber, so I mean, never say never.
Oh, brother.
But like, like that's the thing with Triple H. Sometimes it's like, we can do stuff in a 2-3 month span. We don't need 6 months to a year. Every title reign is a long title reign, basically. Like, there's no short form storytelling here.
Bro, you know,
And it's one thing to have a couple longer stories, but I don't want to sit through 8 long term stories where I don't get payoffs for any of them until 10 months later.
Yeah, and like I said, the weekly shows suffer because of that. And it's funny because, like, I was telling everybody that Triple H books his shows like again, I watched old school NWA episodes from 1986, right? An episode of 1986 NWA and WWE Raw is damn near identical. All right, where none of the stars really wrestle like that. They don't wrestle at all, hardly. And it's just matches and pretty much promos that just advance as long-term storylines. Now, that could work. But after 2-3 years, people get tired of it. And that's why people love Shawn Michaels booking on NXT. Because everybody on the roster has something to do. Everybody.
And let me ask you this. outside of when Jey Uso beat Braun Breaker to win the IC title, how many of the major title changes have we had on Raw or SmackDown?
None, bro. Me and Arlo had well, it wasn't even me. It was mainly Arlo was talking about this. I want to give him credit for that because he was saying like, back in the day, we used to watch Raw or SmackDown and just randomly on a show, and some of these guys were in stories, but like just randomly you'll get like I'm just making up names here. There's just be like Edge, Jeff Hardy, Shawn Michaels, triple threat Intercontinental Championship, and in the main event, the title changes hands. He
Yep.
even made the point of like, how come at the Elimination Chamber we aren't getting any champions defending their belt inside the chamber? Because back in the day, I remember when I was watching them chamber shows back in like '07, '06 or whatever. The champion would go in there, he would lose. Jim Ross would get you all hyped, like, we're guaranteed a new champion tonight. Like, we don't get none of that anymore. Like, nothing. It's just follow us on this 7-month long story, and it's who said that earlier? I don't know if it was you or MG James that was like Shawn Michaels gets straight to the point. And it's like that's the thing. He's not taking any like crazy intricate storytelling. It's very simple, but it's effective. Everyone has a chance to be on TV. Every story, for the most part, even if it's not people you want to see or whatever, the stories do make sense, and it gives you a reason to tune back in. Hell, bro, they're doing a what is it? I seen it on YouTube today when I was watching the Ricky Saint stuff. I think it's the women. I forgot. It's Julia and Stephanie, I think, for like both of the belts.
Yep.
And it's like, bro, no, see that
No,
people want to see
Mark.
that.
No. I will say I do think that's a little bit rushed, but yeah. But
I think there's a report out there that Julia's hurt, and I don't think they want to put that belt on anybody else but Stephanie. So they kind of have to go with that match.
Well, Mark, your voodoo worked.
I didn't do anything.
Which I mean, I'm not surprised because Julia was hurt before she got to the company. That's what took her so long to debut.
And so she's been wrestling hurt this whole time.
Yeah. So, but that's the report I've seen. I don't know how true it is, but if she is hurt, then it makes sense because they haven't really built anybody else up outside of Jordan Grace to kind of be the champion, the main champion yet. But I think. Like, we don't get but that's what I mean, like the title changes, we don't get the instant gratification on weekly shows. And then on top of that, the thing that makes NXT different is, there's going to be a cycle, right? Like every 3 to 6 months, 9 out of 10 times, there's going to be somebody new at the top or a new face that's getting pushed. Like there's constantly new characters. Like not only do they develop the characters that are people they already have, but they're constantly bringing in new characters, so it feels fresh. Like you watch NXT 6-7 months ago, it don't look like the same show that it does now, right? Nope. And then 6-7 months before that, it don't look like the same show. Like there's a constant like fresh face thing. That's kind of what I had liked about ROH back in the day. They never had repeat main champions. There wasn't a repeat main champion until Austin Aries, like 10 years into the company, basically. So, and by the time I stopped watching it, there had only been like 3 repeat champions: Adam Cole, Kevin Owens, and Austin Aries. Those were the only repeat champions. Like but it kept it fresh because there was always somebody new at the top.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of the feeling you get with NXT, right? Where you don't have many multi-time NXT champions, right? You got Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode.
Yeah, it's very few people that held it more than once, actually. Yeah.
And even on the women's side, there's not many. Yeah, like there have probably been more NXT champions since Seth won the inaugural one than have been main roster champions of both heavyweight titles. I wouldn't be surprised.
Dude, I mean, outside of like who on that women's side, like I know Roxanne is a 2-time women's champion.
Indy Hartwell won it. Was Indy the last champion before Roxanne?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
Because Indy
Yeah.
won it, and then she was on the main roster 2 weeks later, basically, because she got hurt. And well, she never lost her title; she relinquished it.
That is
Charlotte, Rhea,
crazy, bro.
Raquel, Asuka, Ember Moon, Bailey, Sasha
And
Banks. Like,
and like all of those names, they probably only held it once in their
yep.
time there. Like
Rhea
I,
might be the only 2 time. I think Rhea might have had it twice, or Raquel had it twice. One of them two.
yeah, I know Rhea did.
Charlotte, because
Roxanne
she
did.
defeated.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
And then, like, obviously on the men's side, I'm pretty sure Finn Balor's won multiple. Ciampa. Obviously, you mentioned what's his name, Samoa Joe. I think Samoa Joe's had like 3 or 4 NXT Championship reigns. That is crazy, bruh. Like, and I think that's one of the biggest issues too. Is like we're not getting like to me NXT has a very good. This is the problem with wrestling, bruh. And it just hit me. There's no progression. NXT has always had. I don't care who was running NXT, even when Vince was having his fingerprints all over NXT 2.0, there was still a progression. They started lower card, they worked their way to the mid card, they went to the mid card to upper, then the main event, and they stayed there, right? And of course, they could go down and work in some lower card stuff from time to time when you need them to, but for the most part, it was always main event status. Bro, Braun Breaker has been on the main roster for what, a year, 2 years, something like that?
Yeah, almost 2, right?
I think it's
There's
been a
no progression.
year.
He came up right before Mania last year because he was in the Rumble before Mania last year.
So that's the thing, bro. I don't see any progression with him. It's like I know I get it. We gotta save him for a moment, but like you can't tell when that moment's gonna happen. You can't really pinpoint where he's gonna go. He's just kind of stuck in one spot because they don't want to push him there yet. So he's not progressing. Bianca Belair had the biggest fall from grace when she had to go and team with Jay Cargill and stuff. I'm not gonna blame Jay Cargill for that. I think it's just the main roster has a real progression issue compared to like developmental, from what I can tell.
Well, here's the thing, because like, and that's another problem people have been having with Triple H is that Triple H, since he's been there, he's been pushing the people that he was pushing back in the day. Like Bailey is still in the very top spot. Before she left, Becky was. Seth Rollins, he's still in a very prominent spot. And you got to keep in mind too, a lot of these people, like, it's crazy to think about that, because it feels like yesterday when these people just came to the main roster, but it's been 10 years. A lot of these people are approaching their 40s. So, and people are getting frustrated because you got a Braun Breaker, like you said, Mark. It feels like he's at a certain position. Like the only wait, can't we say? Okay, wait. Can we give Gunther to Triple H as new stars he's built?
No, I
Gunther ain't
wouldn't
a
call
star,
Gunther a
bro.
star. That's the problem.
Exactly.
He's
He's
being
not a
booked
star.
like one, but it's not working. And
No,
I say that as
Gunther's a
somebody
good
who wanted
wrestler.
Gunther in this spot. I wanted Gunther in this spot because I'm a fan, but it's not working.
No. Bro, it's something missing with him. It's not the wrestling though. No one's gonna hate on Gunther for his wrestling. It was definitely not that. It's just something missing, bro. I don't know what it is.
Man, I
Because
guarantee you, if this was 1985, bro, he would be, yeah, man, he'd be the biggest heel in the business.
Yeah.
he would be
But
great. It's just bro. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because he hasn't feuded with anyone that's like a big name, because technically he really ain't feuded with anybody like big time since he's won the title,
he
really,
hasn't. No,
because most of it was just Damian Priest and Finn Balor. So Like what? I don't know if I want to blame it on him or not because I mean, even when Gunther talks, I'm not interested. Like I'm just okay, whatever. In the ring, great, but just I think Triple H needs to realize that Gunther is not main event status. He is definitely like upper mid card, maybe a couple of main events here and there, but he ain't a staple point of a roster. Not in this iteration, at least.
Man, which is crazy because around this time last year, everybody was heavily invested into the Gunther Intercontinental Championship run, and amazing what can happen in a year.
Remember, he still had his stable too with him. Like I think that helped. Like having Ludwig and Giovanni with you, like I think that helped. Like just kind of sell his character more. Him on his
Yeah,
own just feels bland.
yeah. Having Ludwig away from Gunther, I think it hurt Gunther. Because sometimes you need a heater. You need someone that will get you heat for you, and Ludwig can do that. But he's still pushing. I mean, even though I think he's doing some of the best work he's done on the main roster right now. Kevin Owens, he's like in his 40s. Sami Zayn, he's in his 40s. It's like he's not building anybody new up right now. And
and they're not being built to. The thing with that too, though, is like a guy like Kevin Owens is somebody that the fans have clamored to win another world title. He's not being built to win another world title. So it's like, what's the point? It's like the Shinsuke thing, right? When Triple H tried to revitalize Shinsuke and they built him up just to lose to Cody. It was just like, okay, well, what's the point?
And Seth.
I mean, well,
And
that
Seth.
almost killed. That literally almost killed Shinsuke's career. Actually,
Yeah,
that feud with
I
Seth.
think the still losing to Seth did more damage than Cody.
I mean, he technically got squashed in that match.
Yeah.
If you want to be real about it.
Couldn't beat a man with a broken back.
No, he got no offense.
And then my thing to it, they're not pulling the trigger when guys are ready. We were just talking about Brian Breaker. We go from talking about Brian Breaker winning the world title, being a potential in the world title match that last year to when did he do? Defending an IC title in a multi-man match, maybe.
Yeah, they're gonna bring it back like that ladder match that they did like at 32 or whatever.
But that's not, like you said, it's not progression, right? Like Jacob Fatu, as much as the storyline calls for him in solo, I don't think anybody would be upset if Jacob Fatu found his way into the chamber and won the chamber and then took the belt from Cody. I don't think anybody would be upset about that except maybe like Dave LaGreca.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No
and I'm a Cody fan. Saying this, Jacob is ready. But with the Rock thing happening, we gonna in the whole story of the sellout and all of that, bro. It's gonna be another. We're gonna have to wait another year or two to see Jacob win that title. Just keep it real.
Yep.
And Jacob is over. He's not. He's over. He's just not. He's not just good. He's over.
And also, it didn't take Jacob long either.
No.
Bro, I mean, if they don't, he's just gonna be stuck feuding with Braun Strowman again. So it's like we gotta. Bro, look at Carmelo Hayes, bro. He came right into the company, #1 draft pick of SmackDown. What is he doing? I mean, I actually really don't know what he's doing. I'm really asking y'all, what is he
with
doing?
the Miz.
All right, well, I mean,
the only thing that does is he's guaranteed to win a tag title.
I guess. I mean,
look, Miz gets people over, bro.
Yeah, but no, not this time, bro. I don't like that.
All I'm saying is, Roxanne Perez has been on the roster for like 2 weeks. She's already getting better booking than Carmelo Hayes ever did.
And look,
She gonna get thrown in a feud with Bailey, and then what? Do you think she's beating Tiffany or Charlotte? Whoever wins that, do you think she's beating Bianca or Rhea?
I don't know, bro. They
Like,
seem
come
to
on.
have a real love for that girl for some reason. She's great and all, but I mean, they seem to really like her.
They love Roxanne, bro. They love Roxanne.
We're now. Remember, Triple H, long-term booking.
Oh yeah, I mean, or not him and Bailey. Her and Bailey are in a program right now, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. So no titles for her for at least about 12 months. Okay, cool, cool.
Mhm.
But I just feel right now when it comes to the frustration over Triple H, and its booking, I will say it's justified. Now, I watched the first 2-3 weeks of Raw on Netflix, just to see what it's all about, right? And bro, when I tell you nothing happens on the show, like nothing. The wrestling's great. Like the wrestling itself is it's solid for the most part, bro. Nothing happens, bro. Like it's literally a promo segment, 20-minute match, 15-minute match, promo segment in between, couple backstage segments, then a 20-minute main event match. Nothing happens on the show, bro. And that's why I have another problem. There's no unpredictability. Mark, used to enjoy this, which Triple H don't even do this anymore. With the whole when you see somebody walking backstage and you see two people, like two characters in the back, like having a conversation, he doesn't even do that anymore.
Oh, he stopped doing that too?
He
Why?
stopped doing that. He stopped doing that. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like, at least look. Say what you want to say about Vince. At least every now and then, Vince would give us like a crazy ass segment that's so bad it's hilarious. Or I mean, bro, we had a segment with the fucking LeVar Ball. Shout out to LeVar Ball. Hope no prayers for him. Got his leg amputated. We had a LeVar Ball segment where LaMelo would say beat that nigga ass. Like at least Vince would give us something that would be memorable. Nothing is happening on these shows. And hell, I gotta tell you this too. MG, you bring up the mid card. Can you say Triple H is worse at booking the mid card than Vince was?
No, it's the same.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say worse, no. I'm not going to act like the Vince mid card was fucking fantastic. I'm not doing that. Because the Chad Gable that everybody loves, Vince made him Shorty G. Vince was the first one to ruin Shinsuke. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like the Vince. Like, no, it's not worse than the Vince.
Yeah, but Vince gave Gunther the Intercontinental title first.
He did. And then Triple H gave him the world title.
What's good, Quez? Just really quickly, Quez, what are your how do you feel about the backlash that Triple H is getting due to his direction on the shows so far compared to how it was like 2 years ago?
First of all, I want to say what's good, fellas. What's up, everybody listening? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. My thoughts. Bro, he sucks.
He sucks.
You said he sucks.
He sucks.
That's the way of putting it.
Well, he gave us the answer. He sucks.
Hey, you know what though? I do want to say this, and I'm not taking a shot at you, Hydro Man, at all. But like, just your comment made me realize something when he said, Triple H has a problem striking or not striking while the iron is hot." I agree, but I also disagree in a way And once again, not even singling you out here. It's just this is something that people talk about a lot. We talk about a lot, but we can't sit here and act like he didn't give us Jey Uso winning the Rumble. And I know everyone's very indecisive on that for sure. I get it, but that was a real case of striking while the iron was hot. Like it. But it's weird with him, man. It seems like more times than not, though, he just kind of sits there and looks at the iron and waits for it to cool off, and then like, wait a minute, I could do something with this. And it's like, no, it's damaged, bro. You can throw it away. It's no good. Um, but I don't know, man. Triple H, I don't think I don't think he's a bad booker. I really hate using insider terms for some reason nowadays, but yeah, I don't think he's a bad booker. I just think he's a very boring booker.
Well,
That's
say,
that's my thoughts.
we'll say what I've been saying, a director, because he is directing these shows, or like that's
I mean, bro, you have
showrunner.
the pen. You literally have the pen, bro. Like you can do whatever you want, and this is the best that you got. When people say, "Oh, if you went that direction, it don't make sense." What do you mean? You can literally write anything you want in the script and make it make sense. You have control over the entire show for the most part, and you can write anything you want in that script. You can write out any matches you want every single week. And for some reason, there's none of that. And I don't know what Netflix thought when they got on with WWE with this deal now, because it's like no one's finna tune into a 2-hour show where nothing is happening. There's nothing happening.
Well, like I said, like I said, Mark, Triple H, he comes from. We also gotta understand this too. Triple H is in his 50s, like early mid 50s. Okay, Triple H is a wrestling fan, right? And like I said, he comes from the era of the Harley Races, the Ric Flairs, the Dusty Rhodes. Is like that's the type of wrestling that he likes. It's been obvious, he's been, the Reign of Terror was pretty much Ric Flair / Harley Race. Him living those fantasies. Okay, and he books the shows just like that. Where do you think the longest title reigns come from? That era. Like it's what we say about Tony Khan. He's booking what he likes. Triple H is booking what he likes. And I think right now what the problem is that when a Triple H storyline hits, when it actually hits, it's good. I.e., the CM Punk Drew McIntyre situation. Some things with the bloodline, which some say that's not really Triple H, it's really Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. But the problem is it takes such a long time to get there. Have you guys ever been on a road trip and somebody goes the completely long way to get to the destination and it takes forever when they could have took it a shortcut, took a little quick right or left turns. You still end up at the destination, but when you get there way later than you could have. That's Triple
Yeah.
H. Triple H likes to take the long way home instead of taking the shortcuts, right? And you get to your destination, but you get there at 10 o'clock when you could have got there at 9:40. It's really weird, man. I think
But here's the thing with that. How long is a season of a TV show typically?
About give or take
Any
maybe
13,
15
About
to
14
about 20
episodes.
something episodes, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of each season, you get your payoff on the big stories. Right?
That or
Triple H
cliffhanger.
making people wait 7, 9, 10 months for a payoff when they're running weekly shows. So at that point, bro, between Raw and SmackDown, you're literally at 60, 70, 80 shows before you get the big payoff.
Yeah.
You're like 6 seasons into a TV show, basically, before you get the payoff.
Dude, that's literally. I'll I'll reference a show here in spoilers. If you don't want to hear the spoilers, I recommend muting or just going away for a second or something. If you ever seen the show New Girl, the two main characters, you got and what's her name? I think it's Jesse and Nick Miller. For about the first 6 seasons, it's literally it's funny if G said it takes about 6 seasons because that's what it was. It was like 6 seasons of like, will they or won't they hook up? And it's like, just get to the point. Like, can we get to the point of like, we know that's what you want to do. It don't take 6 seasons. It don't take 89 episodes to get to this point, right? It really shouldn't. But for some reason it do. You got I like how you laughing because something tells me you done seen some shows that took way longer than that to get to the main point. And
I'll
that's
just I'll just say really quickly, for any of you guys that are Law and Order SVU fans, the will they or won't they between Olivia and Stabler,
Yep.
26 years, 26 seasons and counting.
money and counting,
Yes,
bro.
Bro, they all
26 seasons and counting.
in that shit, bro.
Will they or won't they?
But you realize some people done died, bro, and they still ain't like. Oh, come on, man. You can't. 26 seasons is way too long, bro. Make up your mind. Do you want them or not, bro? It's like, Jesus, dude, that's a real problem. Like in shows and obviously wrestling too. Of just like you, it's okay to have. It's okay to have long-term stories. Nothing wrong with that. You need to have
Yeah.
long-term stories. Nothing. But you can't ignore short-term stories, medium-term stories, like things that pay off immediately, things that pay off in a little bit. Case in point, I can tell you right now, if you've been watching NXT a little bit, they got that new little stable that's been showing up and attacking people, and it's only been going on for about, I want to say, what, a month now, a week, something like that.
Yeah.
It's been very short, and I'm telling you already, we're about to get to the point where they're gonna reveal who's behind that stable. It's not gonna take you 6, 7 months to figure it out. It's gonna be within the next 2.
Bro, like how long did it take for them to reveal the Wyatt Six?
Forever. Forever. What matter of fact, bro, I don't hear nobody talking about them. What they doing?
The stop start return on Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, see, I don't even
Remember, Alexa Bliss she's been back for 2 weeks, and she's barely on the show.
Is there any reason why Triple H does stuff like that? Because I mean, you don't have a lot of women. You could easily showcase a lot of them.
Bro, Lyra Valkyria just won the women's Intercontinental title belt and has done again no progression. She's doing nothing with it, and y'all know I'm a Chelsea Green guy. I love me some Chelsea Green. She
Happy Black History Month.
I like Chelsea Green. I think she's a very talented lady. Okay, thank you, Quez. And she has done. They have done nothing with that, bro. The women tag team belt. Why the fuck are those still around? Like there's too many people on the show that's sitting backstage and catering, doing nothing. Like, give somebody, I'm just throwing names out here. Give Sonya just got fired. Look, I'm gonna reference this one more time. Like, Zoe Stark doesn't have to wrestle. Just give her like a storyline that's going on backstage, which again with the Maxine Dupri thing that me and Mark pitched. It's like it's not that hard. It's not that hard to give somebody at least 2-3 minutes of screen time.
I can tell you whose fault it is.
Whose is it?
And this is going back to the primary question of like, what's to blame? Like, what's wrong with Triple H? How he's controlling the show, whatever. Because I know you guys probably already shared your opinions. I can tell you whose fault it is for real. You. It's your fault. The consumer. It's your fault. Y'all, because granted, y'all wanted Vince out so bad, and granted, Vince deserves to be out because of the actions he's done, and he's put on a piss poor product. He had some hits, and he had a lot of misses. But the moment where Triple H came into the flux as like a potential replacement, where everything was going on, I was like, yes, put Triple H into the fold, get Triple H in there, get Triple H in there. Yes. And then I'm thinking like, yeah, y'all wrong with Triple H for holding and booking a 1-hour show a week. And y'all saying like he's one of the best bookers, even though it's in NXT. Now, granted, I'm not a regular NXT watcher. I just learned from my contemporaries about like how there was good programs and the takeovers that he did. Booking a whole weekly show on the regular with big compounded stories, that is a whole different ballgame. And I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but it's just more so with Vince transitioning down and also being forced out, your options are kind of thin on who you want to run with as far as like taking lead in creative. Now I'm saying, me personally, yes, Triple H has moments, but I never fully wanted him to take that role as like lead in creative. Because at the end of the day, Triple H always sees things for the long term, and he always books it with minimal payoff in a lot of superstars' cases. Personally, I would have loved to see, or I won't say I'd love to see, but I would have preferred to see Paul Heyman in that role. A given commodity and creative, knowing how to build stars, create stories, and for the long run, making some of the biggest characters in the business. Case in point, the complete 180 in Roman Reigns. That by itself alone would have had me just be like, yeah, give Paul Heyman the reins of the shows. I would entrust that in with them. Also, in a matter of fact of everybody else Paul would have wanted to work with, I would guarantee you this bloodline story would not last as long as it's been doing and getting stale for years on end if Paul Heyman would have had his way. Triple H is keeping this going. He's making this influx and trying to keep this story running because he can't book nothing else noteworthy of longevity, of value. But this is what everybody wanted. This is what everybody wanted in charge because he's so much better than Vince. But at the end of the day, Triple H came from Vince's tree of Vince's idea of storytelling and booking. Some good stuff, a lot of bad stuff. In Paul Heyman's case, he came up from like learning a little bit from everybody, but also from his wins and L's for running his own promotion. I felt like he would have been a better person to take the lead on it. But again, the consumer wanted Triple H because he was trendy, everything he got in NXT, everything he was able to do. And yeah, overall, you see the progress over the past 3 years. There was some dubs, but there was a lot of L's in place. And you've seen it with the lack of superstars being built, the overrun of storylines, people going missing in action, people that are supposedly Triple H's guys, and they're being pushed to the backside. And what do you have now? A man that's probably went way over his head with now the buyout with TKO and The Rock coming to the phone and everything else, and what them and the network and Netflix is pushing what they want happening. It's all become a mess. You can't please everybody. Triple H can't push everybody, everything into the forefront to make everybody happy. So there's a lot going on. And yeah, you want somebody to blame? Anybody that push forward to Triple H to being in charge, blame yourself.
It's y'all's fault. It is y'all's fault. I mean, honestly, I think Quez got a point though.
Well, damn,
Hey,
Quez came in and gave us his DMX moment.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
I love that song, by the way.
I'm like, damn, Quest. Damn, good Quest. Just unloaded the clip. All right, good shit, Quest.
Well, look, I wanna piggyback off Quest for a second before we move on. I've pretty much said all my piece. I just want to make these 3 quick points. Number one, I'm not saying we have to like the wrestlers that I'm talking about or anything. It's just a matter of if you got them on the roster, use them. We saw Giovanni Vinci for like a week of like,
Yep.
hey, I'm finna come to SmackDown, loses to Apollo Crews, gets fired, and it's like, so what was the point? What was the point? Sonya Deville, she wasn't. You gave her a pseudo lesbian stable with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, and it went nowhere. No one took it
Lesbian
seriously
homie.
because
Yep.
Big John would have loved them, but well, maybe not Zoe. I don't know. And then Quez has a point with the bloodline, but I do want to agree to disagree on that because I think the bloodline going is good, but I think the execution was like kind of bad because the fact that we still haven't gotten like the bloodline fallout, like a real fallout, is crazy when you think about it. Like I get it, we had the whole Survivor Series match, but to me, the moment the bloodline fell apart, it should have just been like anarchy, bruh. Like I'm talking like the whole roster should have felt it, bruh. Like I remember seeing segments. I didn't watch the show around this time, but I did see a few segments of like, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, because I think y'all were watching this. The Miz and R-Truth when they showed up, like, and they used to start beating the hell out of like everybody, trying to get like, I don't know the whole story, but I know like Triple H was like tired of their shit, and so he like, I guess, fired them or something like that, and then the whole roster was voting like no confidence, we're gonna leave Raw and stuff like that.
Had to
because it's unsafe. That unsafe work environment storyline when Triple H was was running things in storyline.
And that seemed like it had a bigger ripple effect on like the show than like the bloodline falling out when Roman lost the belt. Just from what I've seen. Could be wrong, but
you want to know what's crazy, y'all? You want to know what's crazy? Speaking of the bloodline, there could be a chance that we could have 3 versions of the bloodline. Let's not forget, Hukaleo and Lantana Hawaii, they're coming.
No, fuck that.
Bro, Rikishi must hate using condoms, bro. Jesus Christ, man.
Who the fuck is Lance?
Bro, like,
no,
there's
stop.
more these niggas coming, bro.
No, stop. In all respect, stop. Because, hey, let them get the opportunity. I'm not saying forget them in any way. Like, let them get the opportunity. If they earn a spot, that's what's up. Cool. But keep feeding to this bloodline story. That bloodline story is officially dead to me the moment The Rock dropped out of that. The moment Rock dropped out of that last year, and it was like, oh, wait, yeah, I'm watching. After the Bad Blood story, they go, oh, there's more to come with Roman and Rock and Cody and all that stuff. And I'm just like, after what happened, especially on SmackDown, like he fully abandoned the storyline with the bloodline and being the people's champ and just dropped all that. If The Rock right now don't care about the bloodline, why should any of you guys? Especially the way he was promoted over the last year and a half. If Rock don't care, why do you care more than The Rock or anybody else does at this point? Because the story's dead.
I mean,
Bro, Roman ain't even there.
Roman. I mean, Roman don't even. Well, first of all, niggas on Twitter is hilarious saying the Rock, the final Diddy. I'm sick.
The final Diddy.
What's up, Arlo? We're right now talking about the growing frustration that consumers are having of Triple H as a director of these shows. I know Arlo, you don't watch shows like that from what you've seen, and it's been Triple H. He's been at this for about 3 3 years now. How do you feel, Triple H as a showrunner so far? Do you think he's doing a poor job?
I don't think you can say that because what we were watching before, like that is some truly awful shit we were watching. So anything a step above that is like a breath of fresh air. But like you said, it's been 3 years. We know the formula. We know what he's gonna do with every champion. You know, if you're not his boy, you're probably not gonna get a push at this point. They're just, you know, this is Triple H booking. You know, I know a lot of people probably did harp on him in NXT. And this is the same thing with NXT. NXT was 1 hour a week, 3 storylines in the entire show, and now you have almost 20 storylines. Of course, he can't do it. Like he was barely keeping up with one. All he wants to do is have a heel have a long feud. That's all he wants to do. You're a heel. You're gonna be champion for 700 days. That's what it is. That's all he has in his mind for a champion. He can't really do much after that. Yeah, even the bloodline, that's probably mostly Paul Heyman anyways. So I don't even think he didn't even create that either. That was Vince. So like the best thing he's done is probably sign CM Punk, but CM Punk is gonna do what CM Punk does. And you know, he's helped out Kevin Owens a lot, but people don't buy Kevin Owens. They're trying to make Kevin Owens it's like, oh, he can do anything. He'll kill anybody. When was the last time you won a title? Like nobody cares about Kevin Owens. He can pile drive 1 million people. He can hit people with his car. You know, on Sunday or Saturday, the pay-per-view, he's gonna lose. So that's Triple H's guy.
Defend your boy, MG.
MG, that's not MG's boy anymore.
No, but I agree, bro. It means nothing if he ain't winning these matches. Yeah. Like it really means nothing. It's just a bunch of talk and nothing backing it up.
That's Triple H to a T. Like even like MG and Nakamura, like he's a joke. Like he has a title, but like I technically, but like I don't remember anything about it. Like I'm for sure nobody else on the panel like, even knows like what is going on with him. So, you know, all these people he got from NXT and he's gonna change the business because he can, you know, not be a spaz like Vince McMahon and just drop the storyline after one night. So people think he's a good booker. But he's always been Triple H. Everybody's seen what he's done in his career, and he always needed another guy who's better, more entertaining than him to make the feud great. And as always, Triple H is going to drop the ball, and we're going to have to wait 3 more years for Bianca and Rhea, if that ever happens. So, you know, I'm that's the one match that makes me pissed off more than anything. I'm like, come on, man. We've been waiting for this for 6 years.
Well, and for anybody else that's wondering about one of the bigger stories that's in WWE right now, I'm not fully blaming this on Triple H, but Triple H is in a bad spot with booking, especially if he's not routinely there. He needs to remove Cena out these main event slots because it's one thing to try to book him correctly on his last run, but Cena's not there like he's claimed he was. Like he's talking about he's going to do 35, 45, 50 dates. He's not there, and I don't see that changing no time soon. And you're holding up other potential main event slots and potential booking advancements for other up-and-coming talent, waiting on somebody else to work around their schedule to remember, oh, shit, I'm leaving this year. I got to pull up. I got to make sure I put people over on my way out, trying to get my 17th title. You know? I think in this stratosphere, what's going on with Cena's retirement, is being botched badly. I'm not fully blaming this on Trips. This is all out of this on Cena as well. But if he's got the schedule and he's not taking it consistently, then he needs to put other people into the fold and book them better in those roles. Like for the Elimination Chamber, I don't think Cena should have been in that in the chamber. It could have been literally anybody else that could be booked in that slot. Especially the way they put Cena in there, everybody else had qualifiers. People are gonna eventually get sick of Cena because he's gonna get back to that boogie. He's gonna get in there just because he said he is.
Well,
and people are gonna resent Triple H even further for that.
Well, I'm actually glad. I'm actually you and Arlo said what y'all said because one, Arlo, we could be getting that Bianca and Rhea match. There's a strong possibility, and with Quez, let's matter of fact, let's go ahead and get into this. Elimination Chamber predictions. Let's go ahead and start with the females. All right, so with the females, the 6 women that's going to be Elimination Chamber. The winner faces Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. See, we got Roxanne Perez, Bailey, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, and Bianca Belair. Now, if you look at these 6 women, all right, Roxanne just got there. She's probably gonna be her showcase match, but she's not gonna win. Bailey, she already had her run last year. Doesn't really make sense, and plus, people are kind of grown tired of Bailey because of oversaturation, especially within these last couple months. She's literally been on every single show, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and potentially TNA if she has her way. Naomi, she's gonna be more connected with the Jade Cargill storyline. Alexa Bliss just came back.
And they just moved her to SmackDown like a couple weeks ago.
Yes. So I don't see it with Alexa Bliss, especially considering, like I said, I don't think Triple H fucks with Alexa. So, Liv Morgan, I think they're more making her into a tag because she just won a tag belt, and they'd be stupid to run that back with Alexa and with Liv and Rhea again. If you look at these 6 women, the only woman that makes sense is Bianca. Now the question is, where does Jade Cargill fit? First of all, if Jade Cargill does not make an appearance at this show or the Raw or SmackDown after, just give them the whole fucking storyline, okay? It's been too long. Look, Jade Cargill is taking pictures with her friends on a yacht and a beach. She's good. Oh yeah, but she still can't contact Naomi and Bianca, what I thought was fucking dumb.
She was looking good on that boat too, bruh.
She was. But the only person that makes sense here is Bianca. Now, again, it just depends on what to do with the Jade Cargill situation. So I got grown with Bianca. Hell, Bianca was my pick to win the Royal Rumble, but that's my pick. Mark, who do you believe winning this match and facing Rhea Ripley?
The Asian one, he probably gonna say.
No, I just want to tell Dominic, I hope it's not her. My prediction is Liv Morgan.
Ooh, that'd be ballsy. That would be
Not
ballsy.
so much. I'm looking at what they got. I'm looking at what they got planned next week, or not next week. Yeah, I guess it is next week. I don't know, but I need to start watching Raw again because I don't know. But I think it's Io and Rhea Ripley for the belt. On Raw, I think next week. Can someone tell me if I'm wrong or right? Because I
It's on Raw.
Okay, so you got to remember, it's a very high possibility that WrestleMania match could just be a triple threat. You could just run Liv, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. You could easily do that. So that's my prediction. Liv Morgan. It probably should be Bianca, but yeah, I'm going Liv.
All right, this time I'm not gonna doubt you. This time, Mark, because what happened last time. So yeah, there's a great chance. Keep in mind, like I said, I gotta remind y'all, Mark, within our group here, Mark was the only one that said Jey Uso was going to win the Royal Rumble, and nobody else here believed him. We all looked at Mark like he was crazy. So, okay. MG, who do you see winning this Elimination Chamber match?
I'm going with Bianca. I think they lined the ducks up in a row for it to be her versus Rhea finally. I don't. They were really strong on the Liv and Rhea. This is the last time thing. So I think it's Bianca, and we'll either get Bianca versus Rhea or Bianca, Rhea, and Io in a triple
threat. Okay. Quez.
So my pick is gonna be kind of a caveat. I'm cheering for Bianca, but I don't think she's gonna win. I feel like interference be damned, and I feel like Jade may get involved in her and or Naomi's performance in the Elimination Chamber. I have Roxanne winning in an upset.
Wow. Okay.
Damn, Quez.
I said I'm cheering for Bianca. I need her to win, or Naomi, of course. But I feel like after Roxanne's performance in the Rumble, they're gonna show that's no fluke, and I feel like they are gonna like give her that big push and give her that shot at Mania. Honestly, because like I said, Bailey's had her time. They're not pushing Alexa Bliss back to the forefront. Liv and Rhea has already been there, dead and done with. They're not doing much of any significance with Naomi, unfortunately, and I feel like Bianca would be the most makes sense winner of it, which is why I don't think they're gonna do it. And they're gonna want to build something between her and Jade. I feel like they're strongly gonna push that, black on black crime mania. And if that's true, forget you, Triple H. So I feel like honestly, again, given like how strong they're putting Roxanne over, and again with the performance at the Rumble, I would not be surprised that she wins the chamber.
That would be crazy if Roxanne, you put the rocket ship on her back this soon, and that would be crazy.
No, I think that's a good thing.
I mean, it's a good thing for her, absolutely. But you're just like, damn, she just got there. Like, damn.
I know, and if you want to push this new women's division to the forefront, sometimes this is what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Hey, gotta take a risk.
He don't want to push the women's division at all.
Good point.
I'm gonna say what division?
Good point, but maybe this is Sean's doing too.
I think Sean is just okay with what he got at NXT.
Arlo left, but his pick was Roxanne.
Wow, we got two Roxannes. Wow. Okay.
Notice how
you sure
huh?
You sure Arlo said Roxanne? Because we don't agree for shit.
No, I'm pretty sure he was gonna say Roxanne, like positive, because the moment you said it, he was like, "Damn it, Quiz."
Oh.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, do I expect this match to be good? I mean, it's a women's elimination chamber, but I fully expect Roxanne to show out. I expect Alexa Bliss to give us a twisted bliss off a chamber pod. And Liv probably won't take the nastiest bumps. So
Well, you got to think too. There's gonna be hella interference in this match, right? Like I'm pretty sure, like Raquel's gonna get involved. Quez mentioned Jade Cargill. She might get involved. We might actually find out who attacked her. It's possible the YS6 could get involved in this match. Like it's a lot of interference that could happen that could make this a enjoyable, chaotic match.
Now,
and I feel like Mark is on a point too, because again, if there's interference galore, like he says that could potentially happen, who best favors out of all of that with not too many tie-ins into it? Gotta be Roxanne.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
Bro, we can't even say that Cora Jade won't show up and help Roxanne. Like there's a lot of things that could happen.
Now, really quickly, I don't think we ever had this conversation yet. Who do you think they go with to be the one that attacked Jade? Bianca or Naomi?
Naomi is the obvious answer.
She ain't doing nothing, bro. She needs something.
Naomi's
Okay,
the
but
way obvious answer.
could you explain why though? Because like I haven't been keeping up with the story. Like so like is there like a reason why she's like the person that should be the attacker?
She be making these weird faces anytime they talk about who attacked Jade.
Oh, she guilty.
And then she had the most to benefit from it because she stepped into Jade's spot as the co-tag team champion.
Oh, wait, you know what this reminds me of? I just thought about it. This is literally the story. We've already had this story. We had it 2 years ago.
Talking about with Piper Niven?
No, Trish and Becky. Yeah, I didn't think about that because Trish was the one who attacked Lita.
But we never found out who attacked Lita, though.
I'm pretty sure it was Trish.
Trish has said in interviews it was her.
Yeah. She said in the interviews.
It was me.
Damn, Triple H is that incompetent that Trish had to clarify that in an interview. That is crazy.
Yeah, I did it.
I think it was on. I think it was. Matter of fact, it was on what was his name? Corey Graves when he had his podcast show. She said it on there.
Damn.
Yeah, and her and Lita just did an interview together celebrating the anniversary of their main event on Raw, and they were talking about it there too.
Well, kill kayfabe. All right.
Shit, talk to your boy Dwayne about that.
Talk to your boy Undertaker.
No, this man, The Rock, literally got on Twitter and said, it is really fun playing the character of the final boss. Like, bro.
Yeah, The Rock. Yeah, he like I said, that man needs some structure, bro.
You can't even let the story flesh out before you say something like that. Like, man, it's really fun playing this character, the final boss. It's not me, guys. I'm actually a good guy. He wants to be liked so bad, bro. Like, he can't even just let kayfabe be kayfabe anymore.
Or DDP is like, guys, I'm not really a stalker. That was in the script. Undertaker knew about it the whole time. I was not chasing after his hot wife.
First of all, the shade that DDP was on Undertaker's podcast. The low key shade they threw at Dewey Sarah was hilarious because he said he went to the meeting, right, and Vince and I believe Bruce Pritchard pitched the idea to him. And then DDP said, first of all, look at my wife. She's probably the most gorgeous woman on the planet. And you got me stalking Undertaker's wife? Like, I'm like,
Sarah, though.
Yeah. And Undertaker didn't say shit. He kept quiet.
Yeah, she wanna look her.
Bro, Sarah couldn't throw a spiral.
Well, she did something.
Her face looked like a spiral.
Oh my god! Well, she did. I mean, she did something to that man, bro. He tattooed her whole name on his throat, bro. So
Sarah,
ain't that? Yeah. Look how well that turned out.
Yeah, shout out to Dominic. Yeah. I agree, Dominic. Yes, DDP stalking them. Have y'all looked at Kimberly Page? Yeah, Kimberly Page was a looker. Yeah, absolutely. She actually, I was just watching 40-Year-Old Virgin the other day. She was in that movie too, by the way. Funny enough, in the speed dating scene, when the titty flops out of her shirt. Yeah.
I need to watch that movie. Never seen it.
Oh, it's a great movie. And speaking of Trish, I don't have the graphic here, but yeah, Trish Stratus randomly coming back.
What?
Hey, Trish.
Yeah, bro, you ain't know it's Tiffy and Trishy time.
I love TT Tom, bro.
Everybody loves TT Tom. By the way, shout again. The photo, bro. Trish and Tiffany look like they could be legit sisters, bro. It was crazy.
Why Tiffany look older than Trish though?
Hey,
Man, you know what?
hey, man.
I didn't hear
Don't
I was
worry.
wrong though.
You know what,
Don't
bro?
worry, Tiff. God love you. Don't worry. God loves you.
Listen. Tupac cares when nobody else cares. Okay.
Wait, so like, are they fighting?
No, they're not fighting. Tiffany and Trish, they're gonna be a tag team. They're
Against
gonna
who?
be against. Actually, yeah, you may be interested in this, Mark. It's gonna be Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jackson, Candice LeRae.
All right, never mind.
I'll
Never
pass.
mind, because of one name, Candace
Why?
LeRae.
Okay. Listen, I'm not a Candice LeRae fan by any
You
means
know, you
necessary.
noticed.
I can't. But listen, hear me out. Can you explain to me why she's teaming with Nia Jax? Then maybe I'll
She's
go,
not
okay, I understand.
she's Nia Jax's new Tiffany Stratton.
But Nia Jax don't got the belt no more, so why would you?
You're asking too many logical questions.
Fair
Bro,
enough.
just it's a book. It's too many. It's a buku of a situation, bro. You know who to
Cuckoo,
ask.
cuckoo of a situation. Simeon can actually make sense of all this right now.
Look, I don't really care why they fighting. I just, just the image of Tiffany and Trish, together, is a perfectly good image for me. And they never really explain why Trish is even helping Tiffany, but it's clear this is just a stepping stone for the match between Tiffany and Charlotte for Mania. Um, but yeah, I fully expect. And plus, it's in Trish's hometown, Toronto. So I fully
Well, there's your
expect.
answer to your question. Why is Tiffany Stratton being held by Trish Stratus? It's because Canada. That's why.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Man, I can't look at this picture the same. You said Quest said Tiffany looks older than Trish. That is crazy.
I still haven't been told I was wrong yet, chat.
No, it's just that's crazy because everyone knows there's some validation here.
I mean, Trish is like 40. She's like 45, and Tiffany's she's 20 something. And Trish looks younger than her. It's crazy. Um, David says, I don't care.
Ain't
It's two
ain't
snowblades tag
yoga and
team.
money a beautiful thing, bro? Trish almost 50.
Yeah. Yes.
Talk about 45. She finna be 50 in December.
She's 49?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a
And she
spring
still
chicken
look
there, buddy.
and she still look hey. Again, yeah, shout out to yoga and money. Um So yeah, I'm not gonna waste y'all's time asking who's gonna win this match. This one's pretty obvious. All right,
Yeah, Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Yeah, pretty obvious.
yeah, sure. All right, so then we get to another interesting. This is actually pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure this brings up nostalgia for MG. We have Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens in a non-sanctioned match. Now,
Again.
yes, but this time, they're in their respective roles, where Sammy is the babyface, Kevin is the heel. Now, the story is with this is Kevin Owens. We've all seen Kevin Owens has been on his I don't trust anybody, I'm gonna kill everybody shit lately, and he feels that Sami Zayn betrayed him because he didn't help Kevin Owens when Kevin Owens got literally killed by Cody Rhodes, and Kevin gave Sami, the good old Pax pile driver, and then Kevin Owens has been on some stalker shit. Like, this man was filming promos outside of Sami's house, looking through the windows while he's playing with his kids. It's like it's a real stalker shit that Kevin's been on. And it's funny enough because Sami Zayn was like, all right, bet, motherfucker. So he went to Kevin Owens' house to go beat him up, but he ran to Kevin Owens' mom, and he was like, I can't beat up his mom. So he wound up having tea with his mom and shit. But so it's a non-sanctioned match. Pretty much, the Triple H Shawn Michaels, where even though it's taking place in a WWE show, and it's on a WWE pay-per-view, but WWE's not responsible for what it's that type of bullshit.
Well, technically, wouldn't this be the main event then? Technically speaking.
Technically, but it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be.
Right.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. Now we talked about how Kevin Owens doesn't win big matches. I expect Kevin Owens to win here. Because I believe the story that they're going to tell with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is that Sami Zayn is not willing to go to the lengths that Kevin Owens is willing to go to finish him off, pretty much. And that's going to cost Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn is too pure of a heart, pretty much. He's that babyface. He can't do a bad thing. I think this will lead to, you know what? It would not surprise me if Randy comes back. It would not surprise me if Randy comes back here, and it would not surprise me if we get. Sorry, Quez. If this will be the jumpstart to Randy and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, but with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, hey, we expect a really good match out of these two. These guys have wrestled each other over 100 times. We expect a really good match. But I expect Kevin Owens to win here. Mark?
I'm going Sami Zayn. What?
I'm sorry. Just no hesitation. I'm sorry that made me laugh for some reason. MG.
Oh.
All right. Quez.
I can't call because either one of these guys can lose. Either one of them could very well lose. I don't know who will be the biggest loser. It's like these guys can lose so bad that I can't pick a winner. Because no matter how much you can see themselves winning, they're losers because they ain't doing nothing important. I mean, no shade, but like Kevin, you had your chance at the world title, and as keep a tradition, you lose. So your consolation prize is fighting Sami Zayn for the 5,000th time. I mean, y'all could have saved this for Mania, low key. But yeah, my interest in this match is at an all-time low. Only because, again, I've seen them fight or wrestle like numerous times. It's like watching Cena and Orton wrestle in 2025. I don't care because I've seen it already. And granted, these guys are very talented at what they do. But again, there's no real stakes. I'm not going to comment as far as what my client's going to be doing because that's under wraps. You never know what may happen or when he plans to make his return. Only we know. And if that were to happen, that would be the most entertaining part of this entire matchup, if that were to happen. But if I were to pick, Kevin.
Okay. MG, you there?
Yep, I'm here. The only thing that's exciting about this match is I don't think they've ever had an unsanctioned match in Canada. But Kevin has to win, bro. But I don't. If he loses this, why would I want to see him fight Randy? I mean, and the whole character that he has now, like he should murder Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn should be out for a while. Like that's how you put that character over. But if he loses, bro, just go ahead and retire, Kevin. Just go ahead and retire, bro.
Put the fries in the bag, little bro.
Put the fries in the bag.
I'm on my lone wolf shit here, then, bro. I pick Sammy. I only pick Sammy because I think Orton shows up and screws Kevin Owens over. I'm not even saying it makes sense, but once again, this match don't even count. It's not even real.
Yeah, I mean, and here's my thing with the unsanctioned matches, though. There has to be grave stakes, right? Like, you can't just do an unsanctioned match and then it end in a fucking Blue Thunder Bomb or Haluva kick and that's it. Or it's gotta be, when you go to an unsanctioned match, it's gotta be, all right, these dudes are so out of control that they will literally murder each other to get back. You know what I mean? Like, this match should be violent. And it should end with somebody getting fucking stretchered out.
No, hold on. We can't have that, MG, because the last unsanctioned match that we had, people complained about. Maybe they did go a little too far, though. I don't know. That was
What match was that?
Swerve and Hangman.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a little bit different with AEW.
I mean, but technically, that is what an unsanctioned match should be.
WWE's had a couple. I think Ciampa and Gargano had one.
Oh yeah, that's the one where they pulled up like the entire ring or whatever.
Yeah, but and then here's the thing: you can't have Kevin come out there every week and package power drive somebody just to lose to him a couple weeks later. If they're using that move as this special dangerous move that's career threatening, maybe he should. People should actually miss time after he uses it. I don't know. That's the thought.
Sami Zayn
used it on Cody, and Cody was there the next week.
Bro, he hit Randy Orton with a regular power driver, and Orton been gone for months. He breaks out a package power driver, and Cody is out there the next week chasing him, basically.
Bro, didn't he hit Sammy with one on a Raw?
He hit Sammy with it too.
Bro,
came back the next week.
Yeah, Triple H was right when they said they was trying to protect Orton from Kevin, bro, because it ain't looking too good for him.
But that's what I mean. You can't if Kevin is going to lose these feuds as this character, I don't want to see it. I mean, I guess you can say the character's similar to Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre was at least beating, everybody else with this character except Roman and Punk. But he beat Seth with this character. He beat Jay. He beat Sammy. He beat everybody else. Solo. He beat everybody except Roman and Punk. But with the same type of character, he was at least beating people. Kevin ain't beating nobody with this character.
No, he's just cutting promos in his car.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a nice car. It's a very nice car.
First of all, I'm sorry. Every time I see him driving that Lambo and see Kevin Owens walk out of it, it don't feel right, bro. he looks like an F-150 type of guy.
It's the body shape. It's not Lamborghini made, honestly. It's a nice car though. I'll give him that.
It is a nice car. Kevin. He's eating good working at WWE. By the way, have you seen his son? But we're talking about time for his son gonna be in the WWE. Man, nigga taller than Kevin. It's crazy.
Bro, he's I seen a picture of him on Twitter, I think a month ago, and it was he was literally almost at shoulder height with Omos. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's he's gonna be tall as hell.
Yeah, Triple H and Shawn Michaels and maybe The Rock, they're keeping an eye on that kid.
Speaking of Omos, he'll be back soon, I think.
Oh,
You see, I set the same for the Rumble.
Yeah, he relinquished his tag title over in Japan. His run was over, so I think he'll be back soon enough.
Bro, most of the zombie stupid. Just stupid, bro. Looks like a total driver.
Hey, by the way, I know people. I know it was some people who did not want to see Obafemi and Moose, but we got two black men headlining an MSG pay-per-view. Just saying.
Hey, that card looked crazy, bro.
And the card is crazy. And again,
Fraxium and the Hardys, bro. Come on.
Yeah, Julia and Stephanie,
come on.
That might be the best card of the year, brother. I ain't even gonna hold you.
That does look like a really good card. Really good card.
But I'm just saying, we got two black. I hope they main event Moose and Obafemi. But if they do, two black men headlining MSG for titles, that's crazy.
You know what I would like to see them do? That is fire. That is fire, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Even though I'm not a fan of Moose, that is fire. They really should do the option C thing for NXT. Because ain't Moose like the X Division champion or something like that?
Yeah.
Why not? Obviously, he's not going to. Well, I guess he could. I don't know. Whoever, though. They should really have it where, the TNA X Division champion could come in and, you know what I'm saying, cash in for the NXT championship. I think that would be cool if they start doing that. That would be sick.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would definitely be cool for sure. For sure.
Oh, and real quick, I'm so sorry, James, but I just have to say it. Wait, what happened?
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I will never, ever, ever stop glazing the praise of Fraxium. Ever.
Oh, best tag team in the business.
They have no business being that good. No business. I don't understand why they are that good. They might be the best tag team in the world. Like you said, the best in the business. Yeah, they are incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Have bad matches.
No, at all, bro. You took two random people. And this is what I always say too. You could totally do that for a tag division. Just take random people, put them together, see what happens. It's not going to always work, but sometimes you'll get a Fraxium. I don't.
Yeah. Get a Fraxium. You get an American Alpha.
Yep.
You get FTR. They were not always a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I 100% agree.
And the fact now I expect the Hardys to beat Fraxium, but for them to be in the ring with the Hardys, bro, that and MSG is gonna be fucking wild. And also, yeah, shout to the Hardys, man, bro. Bro, Jeff Hardy made it back on WWE TV, bro. It was really cool to see. It was really cool to see.
And they ain't done. I think we know who New Day's facing at Mania.
Well, that would be sick because it's y'all went from reintroducing them at 33 to them fighting y'all. That would be sick.
Yeah.
They just dropped new Hardy Boy T-shirts. WWE did.
And to see that Jeff, Jeff is because last time we saw Jeff at WWE, that man literally just randomly just leave a match, just walk through the crowd. Like the last time we saw him, and Jeff has said that he feels bad about it. He wants to right that wrong, and the fact that Jeff, is able to do that, it's cool to see. Like,
you know how you write that wrong? Jeff versus CM Punk WrestleMania.
Oh shit. Man, I think that's the last guy Jeff wants to see personally.
Come on, man.
No, Jeff said in the interview he will feud with CM Punk again.
Oh, he would. Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, he said he will run it back for Punk.
All right, cool. Hey, if Jeff's cool with it, then cool.
No, you got to ask if Punk's cool with it.
I mean, Punk is just trying to make money nowadays, so
I mean, that's a money match.
And plus,
I would like to see it.
And plus, I'm pretty sure Punk, he doesn't hold. I don't think he has a grudge against Jeff anymore.
Yes, he does. That ladder match at SummerSlam is the greatest match CM Punk has ever had, and every time you ask Punk about his best matches, he refuses to list that match in his list. He refuses.
I mean, all Jeff has to do is say, "I hate Tony Khan too." They're best friends. They're best friends.
Exactly. That man Punk will literally match, but
wait. MG,
he really hate that match.
Wait, MG. She was telling me the Jeff Hardy CM Punk was better than any Samoa Joe Punk match.
Yes. When you include the story that was behind it and the ramifications of it, yes.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm not disagreeing.
Okay. I missed all of CM Punk's best feuds.
Man, honestly, people got to stop overrating the Joe and Punk matches. Joe carried those matches. We got to stop.
Here you go.
Go back and watch them. I ain't got to lie about it. I will tell you what good Punk matches there were.
So in that trilogy, it was all Joe.
The second match in that trilogy was probably my favorite out of that, but no, Punk was getting carried. Let's just call it what it is. All those early year matches that Punk was having, he was getting carried. He was getting carried by Samoa Joe. Call it what it is. Now, in terms of his greatest matches, okay, if you want to list the Cena Money in the Bank match, fine. No problem with that. You want to list the Rey Mysterio match at Mania? Okay. But that Jeff Hardy match should be on that list. If it ain't one, it's two.
So Punk. So you think
you got a real life straight edge motherfucker going at it with a real life person with substance abuse issues, and the loser leaves the company in a ladder match at SummerSlam for the WWE title. And then the following night, Punk comes out dressed like Jeff Hardy in the infamous segment where he came out like Jeff Hardy. Bro, come on, bro. They tried to recreate that same shit. Well, Jericho and Punk did a poor imitation of that feud where Jericho tried to go above and make Punk drink, but no, bro, that Punk hates Jeff Hardy. You can't convince me otherwise.
I do know that Jeff hated Punk. Like there was a video of him on YouTube or whatever. He said he wanted to fight. He wanted to fight Punk.
Yeah, he hated him because he thought he was all cool for being straight edge or whatever.
Yes. But that feud between Jeff and Punk is just it's iconic. It's iconic. By God Haas says you got to add Punk versus Taker at Mania 29 and Punk and Lesnar at SummerSlam. Absolutely, you definitely got to add those matches too.
I would say Taker Punk was one of the Undertaker's best matches for Mania that doesn't get talked about enough. Honestly,
it really doesn't. It really doesn't.
Right, for that Mania 20 for that card, especially for Mania 29, that was one of the better matches on that card because that card was still kind of lackluster.
So you say it was the best match of that card?
Yeah, you can say that too.
All right. So let's move on to the
Taker's last 100% great performance at Mania. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, you could honestly say it.
Up until that Boneyard match.
I wouldn't say that a match, but that was
I
definitely the
mean,
best.
but yeah.
Wow. All right, so let's get to the main event, which this will definitely be really interesting. So for the men's Elimination Chamber match, you got Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Seth Coach Rollins, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, and CM Punk. Now, earlier in the show, me and Mark was discussing how will this tie in to the Rock and Cody storyline. And I said earlier in the show that I'm predicting that the winner of this match will be the one to ultimately be the one to sell out and go for Cody as their corporate selves at WrestleMania. Now, let's look at the options here. Damian Priest.
Hell no.
Now, wait, hang on, Mark. Hang on. Damian Priest just turned heel. He just turned babyface. He just turned babyface.
I was going to say, damn.
Yeah, he just turned babyface. And he's got this whole, I'm the dude from the streets gimmick. Now I don't dislike Damian Priest like most does. I mean, me and MG, we've had discussion. Like, we've always thought there was something missing with Damian Priest. I didn't dislike his World Heavyweight title run like most did. But I don't think Damian Priest is that guy to be in that spot. To be standing side by side with The Rock. And like, he just turned face, so it wouldn't really make sense. Wait, something wrong if you said that's not the main event. Solo Cody is the main event. That's not the main event. Cody has a segment with The Rock. They're not doing Cody and Solo again. But no, they're not. So then I hope it's not. So then you have Logan Paul. Now, if you want to say someone who could be the corporate guy, The Rock's corporate champion, Logan Paul would fit into that category. He does check that box. But at the same time, Logan Paul, look, the man was already famous before he became a WWE wrestler. You would only do that for Logan Paul just to make Logan Paul the biggest heel in the business. Now, granted, would it work? Absolutely. Fans hate Logan Paul. They hate his guts. But I don't think Logan Paul needs to be in that position. Where he's at right now works. Could you put him in that role to be the one to be the sellout? It could, but I don't think Paul needs it. Seth Rollins. Only thing with Seth Rollins, we've already seen him be the corporate champion, and he already established that he hates The Rock. He hates the bloodline. So it wouldn't really make sense for his character to go down that road again to be the corporate champion. Drew McIntyre.
Wait, who said The Rock was still bloodline?
Yeah, Quez made a point that when he did, I forgot what Quez said, but it was something to the effect of like when Rock did something, the bloodline was pretty much just like dead. That was done, at least for him.
That's a great point, and that block. Go ahead.
I was gonna say when Mark was trying to gear towards him, when Rock buried the bloodline, where he completely shifted gears after Mania and after he redirected after Bad Blood to go 100% with the crowd and then completely focus on Cody, made zero mentions of bloodline afterwards. When Rock stopped caring about bloodline, we all stopped caring about bloodline. At least we all should. Because if you think about it, ever since like even to this year, Rock has really made no mentions of Bloodline at all. About Solo, not too much talk about Roman, the Usos. Ain't say shit about Jay winning the Rumble.
For sure. Oh, and I just got a text. Shout out to my cousin who watches these shows. Oh yeah, he just texted me. He makes a good point. I don't know about y'all, but I've noticed The Rock 1 minute is praising the crowd, the next minute talking shit to the crowd. Do you think that's The Rock's final boss character being bipolar and schizophrenic, or do you think that's just Dwayne not knowing what he wants to be? That's a good question.
No, Dwayne knows what he wants to be. He wants to be the guy that everybody loves, but he also wants to make money. And being the heel final boss person right now is how he's gonna make the
money. Okay, all right. What do you guys say, Buzz?
I was gonna say, like, similar to MG, like Rock knows what he wants to be. The Rock wants to be entertaining because he knows like he can still play the crowd as far as like I could go ahead and diss the crowd, even though that's gonna be eating out the palm of my hand. Like they sung the Rock's jig, like finally the Rock has come back to New Orleans after he said no, don't do that, and he's still laughing about it. And then it goes about like, yeah, he's giving New Orleans praise and then gave him still a shot. Not so much to play the heel, but he was smirking and laughing with it because the crowd didn't take it seriously because they know he was goofing. So it just shows you right there. It's not so much Rock trying to play the heel. It's just more so Rock, first and foremost, wants to be entertaining and play the crowd.
All right. Mark,
it's like
what you gonna say?
He's being a cheap tweener, in my opinion. It's just him being a cheap tweener.
Mark?
That's it.
Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry. What was your question towards me?
I was my family my cousin texted me. I want to ask you guys a question. With The Rock, 1 minute praising the crowd and 1 minute shitting on the crowd. Do you think that's The Rock, in character, like being schizophrenic or bipolar? Or do you think it's Dwayne not knowing what he wants to be?
Oh no, I don't think it's schizophrenia. I don't think it's him not knowing who he wants to be. I think this is why I hate these kind of characters in wrestling. I think they're too complex, and that I get what he's going for, but it loses the crowd of like he's a good guy, but he's also a real slime ball at the same time. If that even makes sense.
Exactly.
It's kind of like what Boy said, he's a tweener.
That's what I think too.
Like we get these characters all the time, like in movies and TV shows, where they feel like they are the good person and they'll go out and they'll be like, you'll have this person who's like bigger than everything else. They're bigger than life almost. And I'm not talking about popularity. I mean, just like power. Right. And so look at Wilson Fisk. I think it is from the Daredevil stuff. It's like, he's such a evil man, right? He's a real prick.
Yeah.
But when the cameras are rolling, when it's time for him to go out there and present something or talk about something, everyone's sitting there, they're praising this man. He's talking with such etiquette and
exactly.
Just that's what The Rock is. But I'm telling you, these kind of characters, for some reason, when it comes to wrestling, people get very confused by them. So I just wish they wouldn't exist at all in wrestling.
Because there's no level of secrecy to protect them. Like, they can't go in the back room and talk all the bad guy shit and then come out in front of the crowd and be a good guy when we just seen behind the scenes shit that being a bad guy. There's no veil to protect him from the people seeing who he truly is.
Yeah, that's true. Because in those Marvel shows or just any other show, they don't do their dirt out in public. It's always behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So that does make sense.
Or like the main character, the good guy in the TV show, he don't know that, well, he knows that the dude is a bad dude, but he don't know what he's doing behind the scenes. He just sees that he's trying to portray the good guy.
Yeah, that's how. That's how I kind of viewed it. I just kind of viewed it as, that The Rock just has two different sides to him, where you have, the corporate, loving Rock, and then every now and then when he kind of gets, when he, he'll just switch and just be like, and his asshole version will come out for like a second. Like that's how I kind of took it as. Which again, well, shit, that pretty much is kind of, bipolar, but
he does not want to be a bad guy. He doesn't. Even when he first turned heel and first came out with the final boss character, he was still doing stuff like a babyface, but just trying to put a little like meanness behind it. Like that was like, but it was still being forced. Like, you go back and watch those first promos after he got mad. A lot of they felt forced.
Even
because he does not want to be a heel, no matter what
his
he
Instagram,
says.
His Instagram promos didn't feel forced at all.
Yeah, but remember, that was after everybody was already mad at him. He got to sit down and go home and think some stuff out. You put him in front of a crowd. He does not want to be a bad guy. And I've been saying it since then. He want to come out there and make people laugh and smile and crack jokes. And if you notice, he repeats himself a lot in these promos.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He don't have much to say as a bad guy because that's not who he wants to be.
Okay.
Had the Cody thing never happened, he would never be a bad guy. He would be a babyface. The Roman feud, he would be the babyface in it, right? Like, we all know, like, that's what it really would be. Like, he does not want to be a bad guy. The circumstances have dictated it.
Yeah, that is true. That is 100% true. All right, so let's get back to this. To the men's elimination chamber. I was talking about Drew. Shout out to my cousin, by the way. Great question, by the way. Like I said, Drew McIntyre. Now what MG just said, just kind of, railroaded what I was gonna say about Drew. Like I said, Drew. What I was originally gonna say is that Drew. His whole thing is that he hates the bloodline, and also to Drew being the chosen corporate champion. Like again, we was kind of been there, done that with him too. That was a grand.
But that was 20 years ago. That wasn't recent.
Right. So
I told you the other day. That's my pick right there. It's Drew.
Okay.
That's actually mine too.
He's the only other person we've been spotted talking to The Rock backstage, besides Cody. He personally got Drew to re-sign with the company when he first came back. Like, and it makes the most sense for Drew because Drew is the man in the middle of all of these other feuds.
Okay.
Drew is kind of like the weird, like, we all say the bloodline is like the connecting piece of everything, but like Roman hasn't been feuding with Seth. Drew has. Roman hasn't been feuding with Punk. Drew has. Roman hasn't been feuding with Cody. Roman has been feuding with Cody, but Drew was the one feuding with Cody. All of these people, Drew is the one feuding with them.
Okay. All right. Then we have CM Punk. Now the story about CM Punk is that he wants the main event WrestleMania. Now we all know about CM Punk and his favor with Paul Heyman. Now, of course, where does Paul Heyman align with The Rock concerning the Roman situation? We don't know. But there is a story there with Punk, where Punk being so desperate to main event WrestleMania that he actually decides to sell his soul to pretty much be a part of the thing he always fought against to main event WrestleMania and defeat Cody Rhodes. That could work. Then we have John Cena, who's my pick. John Cena is my pick. Because Mark brought it up at the Royal Rumble. Look at how Cena was acting after the Rumble. You see that he was happy for Jay, but you can see he was frustrated. Initially, it looked like Cena was going to attack Jay. And then you see that promo that he cut at the press conference, talking very corporate, saying that me being the main event for WrestleMania is what's best for business, and I'm gonna use my cachet to throw my name in for the Elimination Chamber and all that stuff. And the story with Cena is that, I mean, fuck all the chasing the 17 title. Well, we know that, but Cena hasn't won a match since 2018, 19, and this is his final year. And I'm pretty certain Cena, you could tell that story that Cena so badly wants to be in that spot one last time that he is willing to sell his soul and become Corporate John and team up with The Rock to face Cody and potentially be the one to beat Cody. But Cena can't be a heel during his final run. You could do it early enough where Cena could be the champion, Cody could beat him at SummerSlam, and then by fall, you could turn Cena back being a babyface. If I had to pick who's going to be the one to sell a soul to The Rock, I would have to go with Cena. Cena's my choice. I think it makes the most sense because how Cena was acting at the end of the Royal Rumble, I'm just like, oh, we may, and both Cena and Rock set those terms best for business. So I predict Cena to be the one to win this Elimination Chamber, and I believe it's going to be Corporate Cena and Corporate Rock going against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Mark, who's your pick?
Well, okay. Let me try not to make this long-winded to the best of my ability. I think people should lower their expectations for the chamber because I got to remember who's booking the show. Triple H. And I think it would also make sense to not do everything in one night. I don't think this match in particular on the same night is going to lead into finding out who the corporate champion or the corporate person's going to be at the chamber. I think you're going to have to wait for that.
Oh, and by the way, yes, I agree. I know by no means that I mean that, we was going to figure this all out in the same night. I just feel like eventually leading up to it, we will learn who's going to be the sellout, just to clarify.
Okay. Well, I'll just go ahead and knock out two birds with one stone then. I think CM Punk's going to be the winner. I think he's going to be the guy to win. And then, just like MG, I think Drew McIntyre is the person who's going to join The Rock. I also don't think that he's going to be the only person that joins The Rock. Now, I'm not saying that other person's in this match, but I do think we're going to get like a corporation kind of thing going here with not just, the top guy, but someone else, maybe Braun Breaker, could be anyone, to be honest. But yeah, that's really my pick is CM Punk to win this one, go on to face Cody. I think that makes the most sense, right? And then we talked about it before. Punk don't need to sell his soul to The Rock because we still don't know what this favor is. This favor has been lingering over this whole Punk situation for months now since Survivor Series. Unless they've completely forgotten about it or whatever, we still got to get a conclusion to that, and we don't know what it is. Seth Rollins, we don't need to go back to that right now. I'm not saying it will be bad, but I don't think he's the person to join the corporation. Cena, I think, is a good choice. I know some people may not like it, but I do think James has a point there. The Cena being one. Damian Priest, hell no. Logan Paul wouldn't want to see it, but once again, he would make a great option to be a part of that. But yeah, CM Punk for me as the winner, and Drew, corporation guy.
MG?
I'm kind of with Mark on. I'm with Mark on Drew being the guy to join forces with The Rock. I don't think it's going to be the winner of the Chamber. I'll say that. I have one issue with Punk winning the Chamber. I don't like how that sets up for him and Cody. Because here's the thing. CM Punk's entire argument here has always been, I want to main event WrestleMania. It's never been, I want the title. Even in promos when he's talking about WrestleMania, he's just saying he wants the main event. He's never said, I want to win the championship at WrestleMania or none of that. It's always, I want to main event WrestleMania. He can main event WrestleMania without a title involved. We've seen it happen before on night ones. So I don't like how that sets up because it's like you're going to put him in front of Cody, and what is he fighting for at that point? He just wants the main event? To scratch that off the bucket list? Like, I don't like that dynamic. I would much prefer the dynamic of Cena being, the old guard, and you got Cody that's the new guard. I think it makes a lot more sense. You that because like once you get into the feud, like lately we've been having this whole thing with Cody kind of teasing a heel turn. What is Punk gonna do for that? Like, I want to main event WrestleMania. You look angry, Cody. Like, no,
You
like,
angry.
you know what I mean? Like, it just don't even make sense, right? But at least with a Cena and Cody feud, it could be Cena like, yo, I'm gonna do whatever I got to win that title because I'm trying to break this record. And then Cody saying, yo, I'm the face of the company now. Your time has passed. That story resonates a lot more to me than I want to main event WrestleMania, so I'm just going to main event WrestleMania. Because Punk don't ever mention the title when he be talking about it. He just say, I want a main event.
Shit, honestly, MG, if you say it like that, then it would make more sense for Cody to join The Rock. It's going to be
no, there's no need. Okay, here's the thing. The whole thing with The Rock doesn't have to involve the person that Cody is facing. I think that's the thing people are missing. It doesn't have to involve the person that Cody is facing.
But it will, though. The Rock is not going to the Rock is not going to do anything that doesn't have the title involved.
No, bro. I think that's why me and MG are picking McIntyre because it's not even the person he's gonna fight. It's like, bro. I'll even throw a different scenario at you. Who's to say that WrestleMania 41's main event won't be a triple threat between Cody, Cena, and Punk? I haven't seen anyone mention that because it's very possible. Cena could win the Chamber, and there goes Punk's favor. Like, because once again, we still don't know what that is. Like no one knows what that is.
Yeah, and my thing is, if Punk's gonna turn heel, he doesn't need the corporate champion thing. Don't work for me with Punk. Punk has never had a problem being a heel before, and being a really good one. He's better as a heel. So him being corporate champion, that does not fit his character, even as a heel character. You telling me he's willing to go heel to be? He's willing to go heel and still be straight edge, but he'll join the corporation.
But didn't he?
He's always been anti-corporation.
Well, didn't he kind of do like a corporate heel thing when I remember seeing it when he just signed his contract to WWE and he was being booed for that? Didn't he like come out in a suit and sign the contract like in the ring, and like that was like his shtick for a little while before he left?
You talking about the Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a corporate thing. It was just it was a high and mighty thing. Like I'm better than all of you. I got signed to WWE kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm better than all of you. You guys are gonna be stuck here. I'm moving to the big leagues type shit.
Well, I mean, that is kind of corporate shit.
Well, no, but it was. Look, Brett, that character don't fit, bro. That's like Kevin Owens being corporate. It don't fit. It don't. There's certain people that the corporate thing don't work for, and that just ain't it for Punk. If he gonna turn heel, he turn heel in a different way. But the corporate thing, no. It works for Cena.
Yes.
It works for. The reason I say Drew McIntyre is because he has literally had all of these individuals that we've got in the chamber and all in the main event. See, all of these people have been a thorn in his side of getting that title in one way or the other. Damian Priest is the one who cashed in Money in the Bank on him after he beat Seth. Right? Yep. So those are two people there. He had the long feud with Punk. Right? That's three people in there. Then you start to talk about Logan Paul's the only one he hasn't had much of a like real interaction with, right? But then you got Cena coming back, and okay, they haven't had a direct feud, but based on Drew's character, okay, this is another dude coming in to stop me from getting back, and who's trying to walk on in and just get handed opportunities while I've been sitting here having to scratch and claw at this shit. It like Drew makes absolutely the most sense out of anybody. It don't make like as much as it'd be cool to see Cena do it, to see Cena and Rock teaming up in some corporate shit. It don't make sense. Cena won 16 titles. At what point do you need to go corporate to win another one, bro? You're John Cena. You could walk into the office and ask for title matches if you wanted to. You're John Cena.
His desperation.
What desperation? The man placed himself in an elimination chamber.
Literally.
He placed himself in it. What reason would he have to go corporate? What reason would he have to go corporate? Turn heel? Sure. But to go corporate, he is already corporate. He placed himself in the chamber match. He didn't have to qualify for it. He lost the Rumble and said, I'll be in chamber.
Everybody else had to qualify for a match.
He didn't have to wrestle a Royal Rumble qualifying match. He put himself in the chamber. Like, he already is corporate. That is his character, though. He's the corporate babyface. That's always been his character. He does what's right for the company. He's a corporate babyface. He doesn't need to go corporate to be, like, what reason? He can already just walk in and ask for shit. That would be like Charlotte. That would be like Charlotte going corporate. Why? You come back off an injury and you get handed title matches. What? Why would I buy you being corporate when you're already corporate?
Bro, Drew's at that point, bro, where it's like
Drew makes the most sense based on the stories that we are seeing, that we have seen over the last couple of years. He makes the most sense.
Now, Emotional Zombie asks, shout out to the chat, by the way. Y'all been on fire all night tonight. He makes a good point. First of all, for that Comic-Con Rock the Final Diddy was hilarious. But Emotional Zombie asks, with Rock wanting a corporate champion, doesn't that make Roman seem irrelevant as tribal chief? Rock has no faith in Roman anymore and is looking elsewhere. That's a good question. Where does Roman?
Roman has a new nickname. If you haven't heard,
what?
The Final Chief. I have not heard about that. The Final Chief. New merchandise coming soon.
The Final Chief.
Yep. So I don't think they're done with the Rock versus Roman story. I don't think they'll wrestle, but I don't think they're done with that story.
But here's the thing.
Hence again, why this makes more sense for Drew, because Drew has to be Drew don't got a beef with The Rock. He got a beef with Roman.
That is true.
The Rock re-signed. The Rock went to go get Drew re-signed. The Rock was the only other person we seen backstage talking to The Rock at Raw Netflix debut. Like, bro, it's literally right in everybody's face. If it's not Drew, I will be genuinely surprised.
So, these are definitely good points, MG. Yeah, I didn't even think about where does Roman fit in this equation.
Roman and Seth, we know they'll be wrestling at Mania. They just didn't want Roman taking a pinfall in the chamber, so that's why he's not wrestling.
Yeah, you don't get curb stomp like that the way he did and not fight. So
with both feet.
Both feet.
Yeah, they just didn't want, and the only way to lose in the chamber is by pinfall or tap out. And Roman wasn't winning it, so they said we just gonna write Roman off because we don't want him taking a pinfall or a submission.
Yep. I mean, bro, obviously their ultimate goal here though is Rock and Roman. That is still the end goal for all of this.
I think they hope it happens. I don't know if it will, but I think they do hope it happens.
They've been wanting that match for years, bro.
I mean, it's gonna be really difficult because I don't know, Mark, if you know this, but it's just been announced that Rock just been casted to be the lead in a new Martin Scorsese film. So,
yeah.
Him
and Leo DiCaprio.
Yes. So I really don't think this match is gonna happen, bro. Rock, I fully expect Rock to be gone again after Mania.
See, that's the thing, bro. It's like, this is why I say it's got to be more than one person, because Rock ain't going. If Rock ain't gonna be there, Drew gonna need somebody with him, or whoever joins him. He gonna need somebody with him.
I agree. But then you have to also start looking at the other factors. Cena's not going to be there every week, so I mean, it's not going to be him that's the corporate guy.
Nope.
CM Punk, they don't have baby faces on Raw. Do people forget Seth turned heel?
Is he a heel?
Bruh.
He's a heel.
He's a heel. He came out
that
to talk shit.
He
came out, yeah. He came out to run Cody down. Like, he's a heel. They don't have baby faces on Raw, bro. If Punk is the one who turns, but Cody's on fucking SmackDown, and you got to remember too, Gunther's belt is on Raw. So you're telling me they're gonna move Punk off of Raw to SmackDown to win that belt?
Hey, but guess who just got traded to SmackDown not too long ago?
True.
There it is. Bingo.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Like because they don't have baby faces on Raw out like Cody's on SmackDown. They'll have Jey Uso, but that's it. If Punk go corporate, you would have to move him to SmackDown, which we know they don't want to do because they want the big stars on Netflix. That's why Cody be appearing so much. Netflix wants Cody on Raw. And they had to tell Netflix, like, yo, we need him on SmackDown too. So, like, you got to think, whoever is, if Cody is even to lose the title, which I don't think he's losing at Mania, even if he was, that person is going to SmackDown because Jay is on Raw and Gunther are on Raw.
Now, question. Now, again, I'm not saying it will happen. But what if they decide to let Cody go with Rock? How does this change the landscape?
Who?
Boy, you playing a risky game with that one.
Wait, if who sides with Rock?
Cody.
If they do have Cody side with the Rock,
everything is dead.
I mean.
And I'm not saying that to be funny, but at that point, you literally only have Punk left as your big baby face. You don't have another one.
Right, and see, that's the thing though. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. That once again, I gotta really let y'all know. That don't mean I want to see this happen. Just, egging it on here. There's a reason why, for the past month, The Rock has been literally best friends with Cody Rhodes. That could mean they're already in cahoots, or The Rock was just trying to butter him up this whole time. So, would it be stupid? Yes, it would be very stupid to do. I'm not saying it can't work, but I'm kind of with MG on this one, where if you do that, I don't, I don't know, bro.
You have to be
Oof.
prepared with a backup plan of another big baby face to help carry everything. Because
Yeah,
it could be the plan. Because it sure was The Rock's plan to say, Cody, you should just relinquish your title shot to me. So yeah, there's been dumb things done before revolving around The Rock. But you better have a really good backup plan, because Roman ain't there every week to be the other top baby face right now. It's one thing as a heel to not be there all the time, because that just kind of plays up the whole, oh, he's never here kind of story. But as a baby face to never be there, you lose steam real quick.
Yes.
So do you notice how we want Roman chants no longer happen?
Yes.
We all know Seth is the one who put him out. When Seth comes out, you don't hear people saying, fuck you, Seth, or Roman's gonna kill you, or we want Roman. We haven't heard any of those chants, even after he beat Solo.
Oh yeah, people were over after he beat Solo.
Like, bro, yeah. So like the babyface thing, as a guy who isn't there on a weekly basis, it doesn't help Roman at all. Of course, when he shows up, people are gonna be excited to see him. But in terms of like that momentum and that steam, it don't work as a babyface to not be there. Because the minute a heel come in and say, I'm here every week and I'm fighting in front of these people, and you never show up, it makes the babyface look really fucking bad. Like, yeah, dude, why aren't you here? You say you love this business and this company. Why aren't you here? You're supposed to be the good guy. You're supposed to be the person here for the people, but you're never here.
That'd be so bad.
You see what I'm saying? So like, it don't work. And that's like all the people who ain't never there like that. Like when Brock was doing it, he was a heel. It don't work for baby faces doing it. It's supposed to build up the tension as a bad guy.
Yeah. I mean, if they do decide to do, I hope they're not that dumb. But if they do decide to have Cody be the one, then
they better have a good plan, because
you asking for a lot there.
You better have a real good plan.
Absolutely.
Because you could literally, and with Cody being the number one guy in the company, you could send shit crashing down if that shit do not work out. Because then at that point you lose any type of steam you got with Cody, and now who's your baby face?
Bruh, you know what? Boy, this could be holy shit. What if The Rock is really trying to do that though? Like they trying to we could actually make this Stone Cold Corporation thing work this time.
Yeah.
No. Now keep as someone
and as over as Stone Cold was, even after he turned, it was never the same.
No, it never was. Now, granted, I thought the segments Austin did as a heel was really good. Austin was a really good heel, but that motherfucker was not supposed to be sign with Vince McMahon. Like even Austin will tell you that was one of his biggest regrets.
Yep. And here's the thing with Cody at this point. It doesn't make sense. You already reached the mountaintop. What do you need to go corporate for?
I agree with that. Yes.
You're currently the number one guy. Why do you need to go corporate now? It would have made sense if he did it to get to the number one spot. Why go corporate after you already got it?
And plus, I was just saying this earlier. He already acts corporate.
Like, he already finished the story. Like, it'd be different if he went corporate to finish it. Sure, okay, that makes sense. But bro, you already got to the top spot.
This ain't finna make no sense at all. What I'm finna say.
Oh,
that's funny as hell. Man said, hell no, it ain't gonna make sense. What if it's none of these guys? What if it's not Drew? What if it's not CM Punk? What if it's not Cena, Logan? I'm gonna throw out two names. You can do whatever you want with it. But these are two names I'm gonna throw out there.
Okay.
What if the corporate guy is Sami Zayn or Jey Uso? What if one of them is the corporate guy?
Jey Uso or Jimmy makes sense. Because at least you could tell the story with Jey that he can't beat Gunther.
He couldn't beat him. He had to do something to join. Jimmy could join because no one believes in him.
Yeah, he tired of being last in line. He tired of being pushed to the background and being in everybody else's shadow. Makes sense. Even Jacob makes sense. Like, all right,
I thought that's where they were gonna go for real.
Yeah, like, I want to dethrone Roman. I'm trying to get Roman up out of here. I'm the new bloodline leader. Solo makes sense. Like, I'm trying to get back at Roman. Everybody think I'm a joke now in the family. Like, there's multiple people you can do it with that would still make more sense than some of the names that everybody else has been throwing out there.
But see, I even mentioned Sammy. I only mentioned Sammy too because I was like, his whole story for the past 2 years is I want to be world champion. That's literally been his whole story. Is I want to be world champion. You've been seeing a lot of teasers of Sami Zayn going to the dark side. He had a whole thing with Karrion Kross in the back, and you know how people get when they get around Karrion Kross. They character change, bruh.
It's great that they've noticed that and have been playing off of it finally.
It's really good. It's really good. So
I mean, also, yeah. I mean, also, I always want to say, look, I know y'all don't fuck with Karrion Kross, but I've actually really been enjoying the character that he's been playing on these shows.
Oh yeah, I mean he's kind of in that spot now where he's kind of starting to build himself up. Like the videos he's been doing on his own have been catching steam. So you got to give him props on that because he's kind of starting to build his own kind of his own momentum. But
because anybody that for those who don't know, anybody that interacts with Karrion Kross, all of a sudden, their dark side starts showing.
Honestly, though, I think Kevin Owens, as much as I don't want it to be Kevin Owens, because we just got something similar to that, he makes more sense than a lot of these other people because he's kind of in that same position as Drew. He's got beef with everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, this is what I'm going back to as well. It could be all of these guys. For all we know, bro, it literally could end up being Drew, Kevin, Sami Zayn. Like I said, I just don't think it's one person. Now, obviously, it's going to be the one top guy, but a lot of these people's issues go deeper than just the title at this point. Like, this is why I just don't think you want to do this with Cena or Cody or whoever, because I just feel like you can tell a way better story with some of these other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This storyline that they started with here, I guess you could say it's a good problem to have. You know, like it could go in many different directions. Saturday is going to be a really good starting point to where they're going to go in that direction. Literally, the only two things I'm looking forward to in the Chamber show will be the Cody Rock segment, and I'm going to pay very close attention to that men's Elimination Chamber as well.
Well, don't count this out either. Don't count this out either. If Cody says no, there is a chance we don't find out who this person is that joins The Rock until Mania.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah. There's a great chance. Yeah.
Where that might be the final shot of Mania is Cody laid out with whoever The Rock recruited.
That's literally what I'm thinking, because you can't blow that like in the build up to WrestleMania. It wouldn't make sense.
Yep. And especially if that person isn't the one facing Cody, you definitely can't blow it before Mania.
No.
Motionless Zombie asks, what if it's Braun Breaker?
I wouldn't hate that.
I wouldn't hate it, but I also wouldn't love it.
This puts Braun Breaker in a very prime position.
It does, and that's the part I would like about it. The part I wouldn't like about it is I don't think
puts him in the position that Seth was in 10 years ago.
Yeah, and that's the reason I don't like it, because the way he's been built as a character, I mean, outside of those couple of losses, he's been pretty dominant. So it's not like he's had a bunch of he's only been pinned, like twice?
Yeah, twice. Yeah.
So it's not like he would necessarily need it. I would love it because of the elevation of where he is in his status, but it's not like he's been struggling to beat people. It's not like he's been struggling to do anything. The only thing he's been struggling for was TV time.
Yeah, that's a whole other situation where I'm just like, Triple H, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, have you heard that Scott Steiner's son, he's trying to get his son into the company? Can you imagine that two Steiners in the company?
That would be crazy.
He's already on the NIL. He said something in an interview about Triple H just sent them an NIL offer not too long ago.
On the contract, man.
That's kind of how him and Triple H mended fences. Well, Braun Breaker was kind of like the start of it, but then the NIL thing too.
I'm sick. The Steiners, they're gonna be the new bloodline. That would be crazy. The Steiner family versus the Hanawai family will be hilarious.
Wouldn't hate it at all.
Oh, also Cody Rhodes threw out there too that his nephews are broken into business, so we may have 3 family feuds on the main roster in the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
But you want to see the Rhodes and the Steiners and the Hanawais?
Nah, bro.
Nah. And here's the other thing. What if it's just people that we ain't even seen yet?
That's very true.
What if it is fucking Hikuleo? Like
that would be crazy.
Like, we all think it might. Like, what if it is somebody that's not even on the main roster or hasn't even debuted yet, type shit?
What if it's somebody that's in NXT?
Yeah.
You know, if it wasn't for that stable that was going on right now, bro, I would have said Trick Williams. But I think they got other stuff playing for Trick right now.
I mean, he is turning heel.
Yeah, I think he's behind that group, bro.
Mm.
That would
Didn't
be
think about
interesting.
that.
That would be interesting.
I never considered that, actually.
But yeah, this is we're in for a very interesting. Like I said earlier in the show, people were complaining that there's not enough spice going into the road to WrestleMania right now, and The Rock, for better or for worse, may have gotten people talking. So this will definitely be a very, very interesting Saturday night. Definitely looking forward to the fallout behind that. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here, y'all. I've been on here long enough. Shout out to the chat. Y'all was killing it tonight with your questions and your comments. And just really quickly, if you love this content, head on over to the Primetime Movie Network, where Quez and I will do our final Black History Month movie review, where me and Quez will be discussing our first time doing a Tyler Perry film. Why Did I Get Married? Definitely looking forward to that. Definitely, me and Quez got a lot to talk about when it comes to that film. Absolutely.
I still haven't decided if I'm gonna watch that one yet, bro.
Do you like Tyler Perry?
No.
Okay. Understandably so. Understandably so. It's totally up to you. Me and Quez, we've seen it, and we have our comments, and but it is entertaining. As a story, it's crazy, but it is entertaining for all the wrong reasons.
Okay.
So it's totally up to you. It's totally unrealistic. It's a Tyler Perry film. So you'll find some
I might
entertainment out of it.
okay. I might enjoy it. I might pop in for that one.
All right, cool. All right, so we're going to get on out of here, y'all. Please be sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell, as well, so that way when we do go live or I do post videos, y'all will be the first to know. Like I said, over at the Primetime Movie Network, we'll do Quez and I, and potentially Mark. We'll do Why Did I Get Married? The first one, Why Did I Get Married 1, on Saturday at 8 p.m. And let us know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think? Who do you think will sell out to The Rock? Will it be Cody? Will it be anybody in Elimination Chamber match? What are y'all's prediction for Elimination Chamber match? How y'all feel about Triple H's direction on these weekly shows? Let us know your thoughts. Hit the like, subscribe button. I'm Primetime James Thomas here with Mark and MG, and we will talk to y'all later. Have a great night, and we are out. Peace.